Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 82?
81.
Oh, 81. So it was last time 81. Yeah, it's been a while for us since we last played. 2 weeks, which feels for some reason longer than usual, even though it's not that long of a break. But yeah, not playing DnD for 2 weeks. I didn't even play with my other group, so it felt like an eternity.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have to get back used to it. But here we are. Unfortunately, only 3 players again, even though our 4th player Felicia might pop in praying she does, because that would mean her personal life is going okay, and I'm pretty concerned about that. But also okay if she doesn't. We'll see. We'll just have to see, and we'll improvise as we go. Yeah, but here we are, and I do have a special announcement to make. And of course, always the usual. What's it called? Not shout out. Promo, I guess. Self promo. It's always self promo. Of the Kickstarter, it's only 3 days left. Only 2 days left once this hopefully episode gets uploaded, if I upload it in time. Praying I do this time. And as a special thing, since I just realized none of you have seen anything from it, unless you went onto my page and you've seen a little bit of it. And I thought I will share with the viewers and you guys some of the artwork I made for it, because you know, I have to. And since it's not really in any way, shape, or form related to our campaign, I feel more than comfortable of sharing it. It might be in the same world, it might not be. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, this one shot is full of chimeras, and I illustrated a couple of them, so I will show you 4 of them that you will be able to get inside of this special mini adventure that I made. And
Shark crab.
Whoa.
Yep. And you can get stats, tokens, and everything for these guys. So crazy.
I need the bear dragon. I need the bear dragon for Isarel. Isarel needs it in her life.
Looks dangerous.
It looks vicious. I love it.
Yeah, we got our chameleon hawk. We got, as Matt said, the shark crab, which I still. Oh,
There she is.
there she is! Wow, what? That's some good timing. Welcome, Felicia.
Hello.
Oh my God!
Hi.
Even a completely new setup. Amazing.
Yeah, I'm house sitting.
Ah,
Time
okay.
to house sit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope everything is okay. We are currently recording, just so you know.
Oh,
But
okay.
we did already say that you might jump in, so no worries about that.
Yes.
Yeah. But just checking in with you. Everything all right?
Yeah, Dad's doing better.
That's
That's
good to
good.
hear. That's good to
That's
hear.
good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Always have a nice.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. We as well. I'm currently just showing the players, and if you go to Roll20, or you're already in Roll20, you will see the monsters I illustrated for my Kickstarter that you will be able to get. And these are only 4 of 7 that you can get. Or actually, if you get one of the higher tiers, you actually get a secret 8th one with these boys.
Those are really cool.
Yeah, I was shark crab, and because I was thinking of I have to do chimeras, like what combination of monsters, and then I wanted to do a sea monster, and I was like, yeah, a shark and a crab, it's pretty cool. And then I just had this flash of, I was like, oh my God, what if it's close with just the heads of other sharks? It's like
Yeah,
it's like,
it's
yes.
horrifying.
I would not want to go against that.
Yeah. And then, of course, as Israel or Skit was falling over, a good old bear dragon.
Yeah, that is pretty sick.
Yeah. And then a triple-headed snake camel. Maybe that's Gus in the future.
Yep.
Oh, I should have made it a black camel. But you know.
Gus's fate.
Yeah, next time. But yeah, don't want to spend too much time with this, but if you are interested on having these monsters in your adventures, go check it out. And in case you still want to get this adventure with these monsters and it's already past the Kickstarter, I will also upload this adventure on what's it called again? DrivethruRPG, is that the site? Yes, DrivethruRPG. Which I will hopefully link in the description once it's uploaded there. There's also the horror one shot is also on there already. So yeah, I actually should link that now that I think about it. Man, I'm bad at this. Anyways, now that we're all here and I don't have to do any promo, we can get into the introductions again. And of course, with our good old question of the day, which is now I have many options. I'll go with what is your, and this is more concerning for everyone except for you Felicia, since you weren't there last time, so you don't really have to answer it. You can just make up an answer. But what do you guys fear is the worst thing that could happen?
Yikes. The worst.
Easiest answer in my life.
Okay. Well, I'm Greg, and I'm playing Ira Expander, the human artificer. I think the worst thing that can happen is that this gateway has opened up and more things are going to come through it.
Okay, dang.
That to me is the worst possible situation.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Matt. I'm playing Fiera, Chronomancer Wizard. Worst. I mean, I could like 12 out of 10 this. I think the worst possible outcome that would happen in this situation is we get in a fight, it goes poorly. Azarel and Eirik both die. I survive. Syl is free. Because I think Fiera would do some pretty extreme things with magic after that that would ripple across the world and just add to the chaos. Oh, then Jade dies because he's free to go just kill whoever.
I kind of want to see it though.
Fiera's
Hi, I'm Kit. I play Israel Leofina, pulling a page out of Israel, being all fancy and shit tonight. The worst thing that could happen is we're all just gonna die. You know, plain and simple. We're all gonna die. There's no other answer to this. Like, if we do one mistake, we only need one mistake, we're all dying. It's simple as that. And it's scary.
All right, and I guess Felicia.
I'm Felicia. I'm playing Jade Nightlock. I'm now terrified. I mean, Skit told me a little bit of what happened last session. But hearing everybody say we're all just gonna die, that's also common. So that my brain's like, okay, that may not happen, because every time they've said that we're gonna die before, we don't, or we come close to it and somehow survive. So I'm just hoping that we're not gonna die.
Okay. Well, well, Jade is kind of in the safest position right now since you aren't with them. And funnily enough, Candace keeps.
So maybe the worst thing for Jade is she finds her people and they're all dead.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
And
bad.
Fear is off on some explosion of power and just disappears.
she unlocks the Sharingan finally. Yeah, a pretty dicey situation these peeps left off with. So to not keep you guys hanging on for too long, get this shit started so we can finally see how it's gonna turn out.
Whoops. Sorry.
Dang, that's
Sorry.
a good start. Or maybe wasted. Who knows? Maybe you need it.
He will guide us out of this endless misery, be it pain, sins, penance, or grafting. He knows where one of the roots of Nephasius is, and with them together, we will burn the tree of purgatory, and in its fire, a new age will begin. An age where we do not rely on the light to guide us, but instead, through the blood of our primordial ancestors, we shall escape the curse that has been put onto our kind so long ago. We will not be the victims of this blight any longer, and we will wage the final war needed against those who hold divinity. Those who strive against us are but mere puppets of the divine. We must accept the sacrifice, and we must accept the blood that needs to be spilled. Peace will make us mourn the inevitable deaths of innocent people, and war will make us celebrate the valiant warriors who sacrificed their lives for a higher purpose. Let us not mourn anymore, but instead celebrate for the prosperity of our kind. Stand by me, O so-called sinners. Stand by me, O so-called outcasts. We are bespoken, and we are carved from the very fabric of death and life together. We will not fail, we will prevail. Long live the dark blood, and long live humanity.
We are gonna kick things off with a quick recap to get everyone back on the same page. You guys have left Undon with the task to retrieve Lazolas' key in order to stop the other factions of gaining it. And having discovered quite a bit about the origins and somewhat properties of blood magic or even blood itself, you understood that there's grave danger that not necessarily comes from blood itself, but what actually is invoking it. And it seems like some ancient presence is sealed beneath Undorn that is currently being locked by a seal that Lazula has placed on the door that would lead into the chamber dungeon or whatever is beneath Undorn that is holding this entity that you have now come to know as Melador. And so in order to prevent this, you decided it is best for you to go back to where you encountered a devil that was holding the very key that Lazarus placed there to seal Melador, or Melador's door actually. And so you went there, and on your journey, after you almost arrived, you were greeted by Kendeth, surprisingly. And though you kind of prepared for an altercation, he seemed to be not out for a fight, but instead wished to kind of make a temporary alliance with you, since he's also not, or he's aware of the danger that the Holy Blood Legion poses, and he's also very much aware of what this key can unleash, and not wanting it to go into the wrong hands, which either means bad hands or not his own, up to interpretation, of course. He asked for your guys' help and your guys' cooperation, since the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and you kind of discussed it for a bit and agreed that that is currently the best case scenario, and you would be happy to take any alliances that you can get at this point of time. And so you agreed, and he requested that he needed aid of someone capable in the more of the brawlier side, and as such you guys decided to kind of entrust him with Jade and to kind of help him out in one part. And so Jade, you joined Kendeth on whatever small expedition he had planned for you guys to do, and so you left with him. But he also said that time is of the essence, and that there currently is, or the Holy Blood Legion has already breached the kind of military barrier that the Holy Legionnaires and the Azathia military have formed down south, and that smaller kind of vanguard troops have started to appear in the vicinity of Undorn, and one of which has already went inside of Lazula's hideout. So you rushed there, encountered these blood cultists, dealt with them, some outside of the cave, some inside of the cave. But as you tried to go back into the chamber where you met the devil Xil Akasa, you fortunately hesitated a bit because of a rune on the floor that made you think a bit too much, and because the time passed, as you went inside, it was already a little bit too late, as you could see unleashed and unsealed from his perpetual prison, one could say, but now not anymore, the form of Xil Akasa. And now that you're inside of this room, you felt the presence emerging of a greater entity. You can feel the presence of a annihilation field that is kind of encompassing the room. But not only that, you managed to kind of withstand the pressure of this annihilation field, since your own have grown with the experiences you have made. But there's a secondary, more subtler feeling that kind of tickles the edge of your annihilation field, and it is a very uncomfortable one. It is one that you are aware of each time you encounter a demon. It is akin to a gravity pull that is perpetually sucking out your life force. Though it doesn't seem as strong, it isn't affecting you yet. But as you can see, the form of Xil Akasa in front of you, now apparated with both of his arms, both of its legs, and his lower torso also is there. You can see that he's slowly being surrounded by this black reddish flame, and as it's kind of burning across his skin, you can see that his kind of very demonic and devilish visage turns into a more humanoid one, as one half of his face starts to turn into a more recognizable human one. And you can see that his prior looking flesh exposed body starts to kind of regain some of its skin, and texture starts to sprout out of it, as it seems like he's transforming into a more humanoid form. And as you can see his shapes somewhat morphing. In his chest, you can see a hole open up. Just this black void hole that is now in the middle of his chest. As you're staring there, and the flame kind of starts to operate around, you can see that one side of his face is still this very skeletal and almost demonic looking face, while the other one seems to be almost elven-like with very sharp features, but definitely humanoid and not devilish in any way. He grows long black hair that starts to float around him, and funnily enough, out of the flame, clothes start to appear. Shoulder pauldrons made out of metal, and a cloak as well that wraps down his lower torso, and his legs get covered by it as he kind of stands there. And the last thing you heard him say was in his very mean, guttural voice that he will take revenge. And he can, as you step inside, see that he turns his head towards you. And you can hear him say,
"It has been a long time since I last saw you. I thank thee, dearest human, for freeing me from my shackles. There is fresh. The world tree is burning. My purpose. I have been granted freedom once again."
he kind of just stands up upright and is just looking at his own body, kind of almost in awe of himself of having finally regained some of his, well, corporeal shape, and this is what he looks like now as he kind of stands there. And as he appears, what do you guys do?
Look at the picture first.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Time freeze. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
I
looks
guess
like a good friend. Friendly neighborhood, you know.
Yeah. Good guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Someone you want to like take out to lunch, you know, get salad. Can you describe the room? That's what I'm gonna look around. What's all here?
Yes, can make a perception check. And just as a reminder, Fiera, you are with Isora, and Isora, you are in your bear form as you run over
I'm riding a bear.
Exactly.
I see nothing.
And on the other side is Eirik. You are there. Yeah, you are there. About like
About right.
60 feet away.
Um,
Well, to Fiera, in the first glance, obviously your vision is probably focused on Xil as he's kind of standing there, and his attention that was briefly caught by your guys' presence. But from a quick glance around, the room doesn't seem that much different. The only thing that you do vaguely see is that in the places of the edges where this where a circle was placed with arcane runes, there seem to be some sort of corpses lying there instead.
Yeah, blood would be used as a material component. Do I see the lady that we almost smushed?
Yes, she is standing, bowing on her knees in front of him as he's kind of standing there.
Wonderful. And like, how far away are they?
They would be 40 to 50 feet away from you.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, I think I'm just gonna do what I planned. I'll kind of pat the bear. Say sorry. Can I climb off her?
Yeah.
As he looks at us. Okay. Nice to see you're out and about. You know our language now?
Oh, actually, he would have spoken in Infernal.
Okay, yeah, okay. I was wondering if he suddenly learned that after changing.
Yeah, no.
Perfect. Then yeah. I'll just say, let's take a moment and freeze. And I'll use the glove.
Okay. Sheesh. All right.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to a guy who doesn't. I know what's gonna happen. But...
Yeah, you.
No, I'm just gonna jump into this.
Okay, so you just freeze time for 6 seconds, and as you do so, you can see that once again the hues, the strong reds of the flame that he has produced start to fade into black and white, and the saturation basically just completely disappears as your surroundings turn into black and white.
So, okay, so it does affect him. That's good. I guess now that we're in this ambiance, is he up on the platform? Because I know there were steps that went up there.
Yes. Well, I guess I can just bring you on the battle map. It just makes it easier.
I have to do very delicate things.
Oh.
Yep, there was one too much.
That could be like right there. Okay. Lovely. How much is it from like down here to up there?
It would be around like 20 feet, 15 feet.
Boy. Well, I can't do that. So I'll make my way up these stairs. And as I do, I'm just gonna talk out into the void. I've heard that you're omniscient. 20 feet. That's 30. I'd like to keep my friends alive. They keep me on a better path. Then I guess that round would kind of be over. So as I have a few more seconds here, I'll work my way up. There. So unless you have a better idea, advice is welcome. I think I need to stop this man before he fuels the blood of revenge and death. And I'm gonna take out or uncork one of my spell scroll holders, take out a scroll, and then from my satchel, I kind of dig in that, and nobody's gonna see this, but for the audience, so I kind of describe it. I take out a statue. Yeah. A statue carved out of stone. It resembles a humanoid figure that is currently sitting with its legs crossed. It has 3 heads, a female humanoid head, a somber expression with long hair in the center, a raven head looking to the left, and a fox head looking to the right. The figure has 10 arms, 2 which are held in front in the eastern praying position, 2 further ones resting on the knees, and the others are spread out, flaring behind the figure. I kind of put that down in front of me, it looking toward Xil. And I don't know if I can use it now. I think I'll wait till the time freeze is over. But then I look at the lady over here, and I'm gonna read out the scroll, which is my telekinesis scroll.
Oh.
For the action of that turn. And yeah, as I kind of unravel it, wish me luck. Then I'll start reading telekinesis, so I can cast it on her.
All right. Okay, these are some interesting things happening.
We're not swinging here.
Yeah. Okay, can you cast telekinesis already this turn? Is that what's happening? Or...
Yeah, I'm using that as my action,
Okay.
and then putting the statue like out and down as like the use object.
Yes. Alright, that makes sense. Okay, then does she have to make a save for your telekinesis?
Yes. So once I finish it and this and it goes off, I can then right away use the magicka. Strength saving throw, because I plan to restrain her and throw her 30 feet.
Dang. Alright. Then I shall make a strength saving throw for her. Which
should be in range. Yeah, I'm definitely in range.
Strength saving throw.
I'm guessing she isn't a bodybuilder.
But she rolled a natural 18. Oh. Does she get some disadvantage or something like that? I don't think so, right?
Is she incapacitated? I'm guessing is that.
Yeah,
I guess I don't know what condition she's in when time's frozen. I don't know how that works.
Oh man, okay. Well, I will make a real quick research.
Yeah, I don't feel like talking to Xil.
Okay, time stop. We see sometimes myself, the master's father, action spreads if one of the actions used during this period or any effects that you get during this period affects. Okay, this would immediately basically deactivate your time stop.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm at the end of it anyways.
Yeah, but what I meant is that's why the spell just carries on as normal, because as soon as you do it, she just returns to her normal self. So no disadvantage of any sort, no incapacitate, no conditions. Okay. So unfortunately, with the natural 18, she does make it. Anything else you would like to do?
Don't think I have anything else. No, time's going back to normal now after I try to push her.
Yep. Yeah, so what happens is, and for the other viewers, just as an overview, what actually occurs is Fiera activates her special glove. How many charges do you have left?
Down to 3 after that. Not
3 charges left, and everything starts to slow down and stop, and you can see that kind of Eirik panically looking there, probably holding on to his turret, while Azathia in her bear form is permanently going into like a more defensive and or aggressive stance, kind of aiming towards Xil, while you can see Xil is just looking around and just taking in now the environment after being chained to hell for so long, while the female cultists kind of kneeling down to her, seemingly awaiting something. Fiora, you go up the stairs and put down this statue that you received. Now.
Yeah, like that. It's directed toward Xil, and as time kind of starts flowing again, I'll just say, I declare Xil Acosta my enemy.
And your intention is to destroy?
Yeah, destroy, attack, hurt, harm, remove. I inflict pain, yeah.
All right. Yes, and as soon as you put it down and you try to cast levitate, as you take out your spell scroll and cast the spell, as it burns up and as the magical effect kind of weaves out through her, and as the magic is kind of passing out of your body, you can see this wave of magic kind of emanating out of you as the annihilation field kind of ripples through the space. And as soon as it ripples, you can see that the ripples turn this black-white space back into its reddish hue that is being illuminated by the red flames of Xil. And as soon as that does so, you can see that the statue itself starts to emanate a deep fire, and surprising to you, in a similar hue, you can see these black reddish flames kind of course out of the statue. And you other guys, you were just standing there. I saw you had Fiera on your back, and then you just blink, and then she's standing in front of you, and you can see in front of her this statue that is starting to emanate this other blackish red flame, and you start to panic. The same goes for Eirik as you see it in front of you, and you can see, Fiera, in front of you that the statue expands and grows, and you can see that the limbs start to move, and the kind of brownish color of the statue starts to break off, and this white pale skin tone comes out. The two heads on the side merge together into one, for you at least, familiar face, as this somewhat humanoidish but vacant old white beard grows out and long white hair entangles behind it. You can see this extremely large humanoid creature with 10 arms sprouting from his back comes out with long flowing hair as it appears in front of you. The form of Elkor Shiva, who you met, and appears right in front of you. And you can see a ring of black and red flames stand behind you. And you can...
We can talk about this later.
And you can hear him sort of in your head, but you all kind of hear his voice echo through.
You wish to destroy this creature.
Completely.
And you see, and everyone else see, Xil turns towards Elkor, and you can just see a panic in his eyes. Complete and utter fear, not expecting to see this at all. You can see that the cultist is completely taken by surprise, doesn't know what's going on, as Xil says,
What? No, this is impossible. You're a warmonger. You shouldn't be alive. Your time has come, sinner. Your end has been met. I have been summoned to destroy you by the hands of Elkor Shiva, the Destroyer.
And then you can see that his 10 arms kind of flare out into these kind of prayer positions. As it does so, he has creates these 10 beads of black flames. And as he does so, he just kind of claps his hands together one after another. And as he does so, you can see each of these black orbs fly towards Elkor, towards Xil, and he tries to raise his own hand to bring up his own flame shield, but it just gets enveloped by the black flames of Elkor. As he gets incinerated, you can just hear Xil just scream out, "Ah! No! No!" As he just gets incinerated, leaving behind only just black smear on the ground that covers the entirety of the chamber behind and the walls itself. And you can just see Elkor Shiva now with all of the hands together, each in a different position, and he says,
None shall be left of you, disintegrated into the void, taken in by the black sun. The omen has called the end of your existence.
You can see that the black ash just turns into flame and flickers out, leaving absolutely nothing behind. And as it does so, you can see that Elkor just kind of stands there, and his white, palish skin turns brownish again, and he becomes stagnant, while the black flames behind his back also disappear slowly, and he kind of petrifies into stone. And you all just see this gargantuan statue of this 10-armed figure, long white beard, now standing completely stagnant in front of Fiera, as Xil is completely gone, and now only remaining is the warlock who is there, who is absolutely stunned. Actually, I will make frightened as shit, paralyzed by the fear of having just witnessed what has occurred. So I'll give you all guys one turn to do anything you want before shit hits the fan. And
Oh yeah. I am jumping into action, and Isorel Bear is jumping up, running, and just mauling her.
Okay, then we will bring this into a combat. Then just make a
I made a
attack.
double illustrator for you.
Attacker. I will just put. I forgot that Jade, you don't see anything, right? Oh man.
Poor Jade.
Oh, you guys.
Poor Jade.
And by the way, this is
Oh my gosh.
the statue of
It's
Akor.
okay.
Barely fine. Don't worry about it.
It's
My
just
trump
theater
card
of
works.
mine. I mean,
Yeah.
That
oh
was.
dang, that statue's actually kind of cool looking.
That's so
Oh
cool.
my gosh.
This is probably my favorite drawing.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
It's pretty sick.
It's really sick.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And he got unleashed and did his deed.
My flabbers are
Yeah.
gasted. I'm.
Yeah. I was gonna hold on to that till like I don't even know who. I had
That was
enemies in
not
mind.
part of
but...
any plan that we talked about.
Nope.
Sorry.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Let's get things up to
Matt
speed.
typed up to us all week like, "Hey, tak," and then he just whips this out of left field.
Yeah, 18 hits.
Did I do? 18?
Oh no, I thought
was
that
your roll.
that was my roll.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Sorry. No, hold on. I have to go into my page and this and go to my. Where's my bear? Cave bear. Here, and then.
I guess I'll take that out of my inventory now, so I don't
yes.
use it again.
Here's a bite.
By a statue.
Yeah, it's definitely not there. 10 piercing
is.
damage, nice. And well, she's paralyzed, so that's an auto crit.
Oh.
So, for a new crit roll, actually for damage, I will rule it that you always do the first dice is always like you get max damage and you can just roll another damage die, just so you guarantee, you know, the highest possible damage.
A nice damage, yeah.
Yeah, so just roll a normal damage die. So the first hit would be 1d8 plus 5, so that's 13 guaranteed.
13.
Plus just
And then another d8.
exactly
Here it is.
3. So that's a total of 16 there.
Okay. And since my action is a multi-attack, do I get both
Yes.
attacks?
Yes,
Or yes?
yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
22 hits.
Yes.
They sacrificed 8 people. Jesus.
12. It's still auto crit, so you can roll that again.
That's another d6 here.
Dang.
Oh, nice.
Actually,
Nice,
2d6.
I'll take.
It's 2d6.
Yeah, it's 2d6 plus 5, so that's 17 plus another. Oh, so you mean I rolled 2?
Yeah.
Okay, there, plus 9.
17 plus
So
9.
that's 17 plus 9.
26. That's pretty damn good.
Yes.
As you just kind of bite
Yes.
into her, whip a chunk out of her leg, and just claw a mean gash over her body. And you can see she's not necessarily heavily armored, and cannot defend in any
Yep.
way, shape, or form. And anything else you would like to do on your turn?
Just roar at her, you know, like drool dripping down on her, and just like very, very angry. Like, this is probably the angriest you've ever seen Isorel be.
All right.
Like, even angrier than when Arya died.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah,
Bring.
Then up next,
she's pissed.
Eirik.
Absolutely shocked by what is occurring. He's gonna do what he does best and just firebolt the warlock.
All right. Go ahead.
Because he sees that Isorel attacked her, so he knows that it's okay to attack, so firebolt.
You have advantage. She's still paralyzed. And a 14 would have still hit.
Oh my god.
16. Unfortunately, no crit for range attacks, but still roll that damage. 25, even more. You still have to roll 1d10.
Yep.
Shucks, I didn't have to use that scroll.
30.
That's okay.
I mean, how do you want to kill her?
Oh man.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
It's basically this firebolt goes and like as it gets to her, it just swirls around her body, charring every bit of it, and just like finishes by going up in the air and straight down through her head.
Nice. And all that is left is the burnt, ashen corpse of this cultist that now just lies and smolders there on the ground as you all kind of have a brief moment of quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And two incredibly, almost incomprehensible things occurred in a brief moment of time. Three actually, but you only are aware of two. And
Oops.
wow.
Don't mind me. I'm biting the air.
I go to Izrael and just, it's you done? It's okay. They're dead. They're dead. You don't want their blood in your mouth.
I crit and failed at the same time on that bite, which makes sense.
Alright, I was going to start running to where I thought Fiera was, because I have no idea what condition she's in after what just happened. What the hell? What's going on? Who the hell is what?
Is Mr. 10 Arms still there?
Yeah, he's a big statue. He's just solidified.
A literal statue now.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a statue now.
We need some. I need explaining.
Rawr.
I'll explain later. For now, we have a mission. Azrael, you have a good nose. Look around, make sure there's nobody left. Eirik, help me get these bodies off the platform. I don't want any more magic happening.
Okay.
Make sure they're burned. We don't want any demons appearing either.
Yeah.
And I'll start just pointing at them, and I'm gonna put them in a pile since I have telekinesis for 10 minutes. Just gonna pile them into like a corner.
Yeah, that's easy enough to do. Just kind of put them all together.
I'm going to start sniffing around. My nose is not working. My flabbers are still gasted.
Fair enough. It's kind of, I do think your senses are a bit overwhelmed with what has just occurred, and you are trying to focus, but just the strong sense of blood around here in this vicinity is kind of putting you off, and you're constantly getting distracted by the enormous large statue of this figure that just appeared and then completely, literally annihilated Xilakasa in a blink of an eye. And you can't help but wonder what that is. And so as you're sniffing around, your attention is...
Oh, shoot. Somebody's at the door. I'll be right back.
Alright, Fiera's occupied with... she thinks he heard something coming down south. Eirik, what do you do?
I'm just firebolting these bodies, trying to get them as burnt as possible.
Oh yeah, I mean, with your firepower, that doesn't take long. And you, with each firebolt and with each curb burned to cinders, you hear a slight chuckle on the back of your mind with great satisfaction.
God damn it. Jesus. I hope this was worth it. Holy shit. I need answers from Fiera, but Fiera has disappeared.
She has hit somewhere in the tower. Not tower, in the space. Well, I guess you can also say what you do after you burn. Okay, you probably want to talk with Fiera, but...
Well, okay, I guess I'll start just walking around the top of that platform looking, are there any more like runes or like new things that have appeared on the ground since the last time we were there?
You can make an investigation check.
What the fuck?
Dang. 11. I think same effect. The statue is rather distracting. And it looks intimidating. I mean, it's literally like 25, almost 30 feet tall with 10 arms placed in front of it. And you just saw how it instantly annihilated one of the just literal most powerful creatures you have personally encountered. And just being in its vicinity, even though it's just a statue, you still have this lingering feeling of an intense awe, as if its residue still resides in this room, but you're not sure if it's just your own mind getting overwhelmed or if it's actually the case.
Okay, Fiera. Explain what's happening here.
We're safe for now.
How
Let's
long
make
is
sure
for
we're-
now?
That's the question. I'll explain. Just we have things to do for now. We need to find out if the key is still here, because I don't know if it was destroyed or not, or how that worked. I guess I'll head toward the ashes. Or whatever's left. Can I dig around?
Yeah, sure. You can make an investigation check.
Eirik, maybe some help?
Sure.
There's no blood.
Do what I can to help you, I guess, yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Pace around as a bear.
Yeah.
first roll. Okay, I definitely need your help.
Yeah, a 27. You look through the ashes and you can see you piled like all of the bodies close to each other. So there's like a big mound of ash that has just been produced by Eirik. And you can see that some of the flames still smolder and are burning. Though you can see within the mound of ash, there's still a surprising a lot of embers still vividly burning. And you're like, okay, that's kind of strange. As you kind of dig around, that area was like burning, and you brush the ash aside, you can reveal a small flickering flame coming from it as you see what seems to be a key. Those are some sick rhymes as you see this key lying within the ashes.
Bingo. With telekinesis, I'll just lift it up and kind of bring it in front of me.
Yep.
Does it is there heat emanating off of it?
There is, you would think after seeing that it was literally smoldering, but as you kind of get closer, the heat seems to like dim as you reach towards it. Without touching it, it just feels like it cools down as soon as the presence of yourself or maybe just a creature goes near to it.
I think you both have pretty good perception. So then Fiera, with a smile, and just reaches out for the key. And as I grab it, I kind of just say like under my breath, I win. Take it.
Okay, yeah, you take it, and it seems cool to the touch, like iron. And nothing else happens.
I'll revert to ISRL form at that point.
Mhm.
I'm just looking at-
Seeing that, let me bring ISRL back.
Yeah.
I had her take a little walk. Okay. Right. And I've seen obviously Fiera do that, so I'll just slightly open my bag of holding and say, and just point to it and be like, in here now.
I can keep it safe.
In here now. We can discuss it later. For now, we'll put it in here because we have some stuff to do.
You're using my own words against me. It'll
Yes.
float over and float into the bag.
Thank you. And it is not that I don't trust you. Let it be known.
I don't trust it.
That's it. I don't trust it.
Well, I've kept my mind to myself so far, but
Yes.
right. Eirik, you gave Jade a stone, right? Or
Yeah.
Ezreal did?
I have the
One of
other
you gave
one.
her
Yes.
stones.
Yeah, Isorel has it. I gave
Yes.
mine to Jade.
Yes.
Okay.
I have the other one.
Just let them know that we have succeeded,
Yes.
and we'll be joining them as soon as we rest, and we'll begin our travel.
All right. So sending stone is basically like a sending. So 25 words.
Yep.
Right? Okay. Perfect. So I'll take the stone out. And I'll say good news. We have it. A lot went down. We're okay. We'll just take a short a rest. Yeah, a rest. And then we will be on our way. 24 words.
Okay. Then, with that, we will switch over to what is actually happening with Jade. By the way, you can add Laszlo's key to your inventory as well.
Okay.
So
Nope, not a spell. Inventory.
we will rewind back in time to the point when Jade, you agreed to step with Candace, as you were, confident that if he tried any funny business, you could deal with him. And you're outside. You were just about to reach the ruined grounds of Lazula, where you've been kidnapped before with Isorel, or were taken hostage with Isorel. And you step with Candace, and the last thing you can remember is that just a flash of bright light of pinkish energy, and a similar vertigo feeling when Fiera transports you quickly to another space, or when you take one of those teleportation circles, though his transportation seems to be quite smooth in comparison to when Fiera takes you somewhere. And you can feel that definitely this seems to be a proficient archmage that's taking you here. And the only infos that you've gotten, at least from him, in the short conversation you had, is that he just needed your help to take care of some things that he himself couldn't take care of because he's not a brawly man. Just to, get you up to date. And as soon as that happens,
Alright.
you get poofed to a different location, and you can see in front of you, you are in a pretty high grasslands. You can see a couple of trees in front of you. It is about afternoonish or early evening, like 5 p.m, almost getting to 6. You can see that the sun is slowly starting to set, and the astral vestige is making itself clear. It is cold, as it was before. But you're at a location that doesn't seem very familiar to you, at least at first glance. You aren't quite sure where you are, since you feel like you haven't been, at least here. And Candace kind of just takes you by the shoulder and kind of presses you down, kind of signalizing that you should keep low. And he says, alright, we have to be on the lookout while we're here, so you wear quite heavy armor. You're probably not the best in keeping quiet, right?
Not at all.
Alright, then I at least can make you less visible. And then he starts to cast a spell and then draws a line across both of you, and you both turn invisible as he casts invisibility on both of you. And he says, alright, if all goes well, I might not need your help, but just in case something happens, I thought it would be more beneficial if I had someone who could keep my back.
I'm good at that.
Okay. So, just to update you on what we are trying to achieve here, and he kind of points forward, even though you can't see. He kind of more takes your arm because he still has his hand on your shoulder, and he just kind of touches down your arm and then lifts it up and then points it in one direction. And you can see that there's a small hill or mound in the distance, and he says that over there is where Lazula's cave is. All right, and
Okay.
there's a small foresty area in front of it, and a large patrol of crusaders have been stationed there to protect the entrance. And he also kind of points up to the sky, and you can see on occasion up there a flying silhouette of what you presume to be a griffin rider, similar how you've seen in Undorn.
All right. I'm going to think very quiet thoughts. Being invisible helps. But I'm going to think very quiet thoughts and try not to make noise.
Yeah, and he says, alright, the Crusaders aren't our enemies, but I think it's still better if you don't get seen by them. However, I have already seen and encountered a few people of the Holy Blood Order. And there have been...
One of them don't like me, so it's probably good that I don't see them.
Well, we might encounter some of them. They have been, curiously enough, sprawling around the area, but they haven't engaged with the entrance yet, and I wish to know why. And they travel in small groups and periodically take out some of the scout units from the Crusader legions.
You want us to take them out, like knock them unconscious?
Not now. I don't think us both have a fighting chance if we encounter one of their group. They are quite large in number. And they also have some, well, dark, blood-blessed paladins on their side, and I would best avoid any conflict. And I'm just having you here by my side in case we do stumble upon one, because I'm pretty sure you can survive a couple more hits than I do.
If you're anything like Fiera, most definitely.
I'm probably more fragile than her, actually. I'm truly not built for any sort of combat. I usually stay in my study or do things from behind the scenes. However, desperate situation, call for desperate means. Anyways, so my plan right now is to try and get as close to one of these groups as possible and try and figure out what they're doing. And as soon as we somewhat can gauge, or if you find anything useful out, or try and find a tree or a location so Isorel can bring her friends towards us. Since you can travel through trees, is at least what she told me.
Yeah, Izrael can do that.
Alright. Okay. Then, I guess, try to stay quiet as best as possible. And he starts kind of...
I'm gonna, like, shove, like, the extra fabric from what I'm wearing, like, into my armor to try to make it quieter.
Yeah, oh, actually, that's pretty damn smart. Make a... well, you have make a stealth check with advantage, since you're invisible.
Oh, wait, I have normally disadvantage on this. That would have just been a normal roll.
Yeah, so that's just a 10. 10 is a 10. And I will wolf Candace. Wait, he has advantage too. Oh my god. No!
Did you get nat ones?
I
or
got
nat
2
ones?
natural ones.
Oh no.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he is like me. Turns out.
Holy
Can't sleep
shit,
or anything.
how is that possible? Oh my god.
Oh man, we're gonna die.
Holy shit. That is a little bit too hilarious for our guy here. That's why he stays inside. He usually doesn't go out. Now you know why.
This man is allergic to the air.
yeah, he is. You start to move through the brush. While you're doing so, it will take a while as kind of moving through. Is there anything you in particular would like to do?
Just making sure that nobody's gonna like try to pop up behind us.
Okay, so you're just like keeping an eye out.
Mm-hmm.
Then make a perception check. Damn, 23. Alright, so as you're kind of walking through the area, there's a... It takes some time as you're kind of walking and come to a point where there's like sections of the high grass that just kind of flatten out, whereas there's more a muddy terrain, and you feel like though you would be less visible in those areas where there's less grass, funnily enough, because while you're invisible, you might not see you as a person, but you can obviously see the traces that you leave behind in the tall grass, which from a bird's eye view from a Griffin Rider, for example, is very visible if they have a keen eye. And so you actually suggest Candace to, go into the more open space. And as you do so, you realize and you see what seems to be like a group of about 8 to 9 people, decently far away, around like 300 feet from you. And you can see they're very what's it called, dressed in like camouflage suits, almost like ghillie suits. However, with your very keen perception, you can see that there's one of them who kind of stands up and is like keeping an eye out, but he has this extremely pale skin, slick back hair, and a large, tall, furled up collar that's blood red. And
Oh no.
doesn't take long for you to realize that he kind of looks up and he seems to be sniffing the air, and as you kind of make eyes with him, he looks immediately into your direction, and you can see that he stares at the vicinity of where you are for like a brief moment, and he starts to kind of dive down. As he dives down, you can see in the last moments he's kind of uses his hands and points towards your direction. You can see that the other figures also go lower and start to move towards where you are, somehow having smelt something.
I'm gonna immediately notify my companion that we have been noticed somehow.
Okay, and he's like, shit, they're this close already. God damn it. Gosh. How? Did they see us? No.
They smelt us.
Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have put that perfume on. God damn it. Alright. Yeah, I'm not made for this. And now that you like notice that you take a whiff of air, and yeah, he smells like a heavy scented Azathian flower perfume that is not typical to this location, obviously man-made.
Oh my God.
And you're just like, oh shit. And you can see now combing through the area that they are kind of starting to kind of fan out, as if they're like trying to catch whatever is in the area, which is you guys, but they obviously can't see you. So what do you do?
They're going to try to circle us. We need to like find a way to get out of this circle very quickly. Any ideas?
Well, like I said, I'm not really one who does much engaging. I'm kind of relying on your expertise here. You look more like a fighter.
Is there like an area where there would be an opening for us to get through without them circling us in?
Make a perception check. Dang, 24. High walls. Yeah. You can see that they are starting to like kind of widen up to have a wider width, and coming through this area was an attempt to kind of search for you guys, since they don't know that you're invisible. And you can see that the spaces between them are quite large, and you could technically sneak in between one of them and just stay still, and they will just pass through you as long as they don't see you. And you know that the one figure with the pale skin and the slick back hair and the red long collar was the one who noticed you. So he is someone who you think you should definitely avoid. However, he seems to be like kind of going into your vague direction. So you think as long as you avoid him and go in between one of the spaces of the other people, you should be fine as long as he doesn't follow your scent. So basically you just have to dive down and try to get as far away from this leader guy who's apparently good at tracking you.
Okay, so we need to go between those two, stay far away from him. He's the bloodhound of the group. We have to be quick and we have to be stealthy. Let's go. And I just like try and like hug my armor and be quiet as I'm going.
Okay. He nods and he follows your lead. He's gonna make a stealth check again with advantage.
Can I give myself guidance without being noticed?
No, I think casting a spell undoes your invisibility, if I'm correct, right? Yeah, I think so, yeah. So, unfortunately, no.
Oh, that's actually not bad. With
And you have advantage.
Well, because I have normally disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, true. Okay. Then actually make a sleight of hand check for your covering and padding your armor, because if you roll a good roll, I will actually give you advantage for that. Okay, no, not that well. Probably you like haphazardly doing it. However, it was good enough from the prior attempt that it goes through. Can this? Okay, he did much better this time. Was a natural 15. You both kind of slowly crawl down, and you actually once again aim for one of the more exposed areas, because that is where your invisibility will truly shine, because then they won't see the grass moving. And you can see that behind you there's a larger area where there's also a tree just sitting inside of it, and you kind of just slowly run towards there, or rather crawl, just kind of huddle up together and wait there for a moment. And you can see, because you caught a bit of distance from the main sniffing guy, and the wind, luckily for you, is kind of going against the direction, or with the direction that they are moving towards you, so it's blowing away and kind of dispersing the scent of Candace's perfume. And you see that they start to approach closer and closer and closer, until one of them is literally 20 feet left to you, and the other one's 15 feet right from you. And they also kind of step into this open area and look around. But they don't stay here for long, because they assume they would see anyone that is in this very exposed area, not realizing that they're invisible people here, and they just kind of walk through without taking too much notice and return back into the bushes and start to continue their widths, passing you by as you stand there for 5, 10, 15 minutes. They comb through past you until they are far enough away from you where you kind of feel safer now, and doesn't seem like the other guy is able to pick up on your scent anymore.
I just kind of let my go. Okay, let's continue.
Well, I hate to say it, but I think we should follow them. Well, our job is to try and find out what the hell these guys are doing here. Well, actually, no, maybe it's smarter that we maybe look in where they came from. Maybe they left something behind.
Started moving because they smelled you.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's just go where they were before. Maybe they left some hints. And he kind of just starts to walk forward and try to go into the direction that they were coming from. And he kind of also just asks you to just keep an eye out if anything in the environment of note kind of comes to your attention. So he's just asking you to look around, and you will also just look around. So, you can either make an investigation or a perception check, that's up to you. And I will do one for Kendall. Actually, I should. Oh boy. You guys, really.
Oh man. At least that wasn't on my stealth check.
That's true. Kendall's doing pretty okay. Does he have? Yes. So you walk there for a while, and there you kind of approach closer and closer unexpectedly to the hilly terrain where he pointed out where Lazula's cave is supposed to be. And as he kind of reaches that area, you can see that the grass starts to lower, and there's a more stony underground and rocky terrain. And Lazula kind of just points out towards you, and he's kind of like always occasionally, touching your shoulder just so you both are aware where you are. And he points you to one area and says, "Psst, I think I found something here." Oh Christ. And as he kind of takes you out of the grass and you look down, you can see a small pile of about 7 to 8 corpses of crusaders. Platinum armor, kind of splattered in blood, smaller blood pools on the ground, kind of lying there, dead. You can also see 2 griffins that are also kind of impaled by 2 spears, also lying on the ground in this somewhat exposed area. Though you can also see it's covered a bit by surrounding trees that are also growing here. And you can see that the spell of Candace's invisibility would now kind of slowly fade away as you approach the area. And he's just kind of looking around to make sure that, no one is nearby. And he kind of gives you a thumbs up to say that the coast is decently clear.
Can I, kind of look through the bodies to see if there's, if any of them have, papers with, orders or anything like that on there?
Yeah. Make a investigation check.
Since I'm no longer invisible, I'm going to give myself guidance.
Yes. 18, damn, pretty good. 19. Yeah, you're looking around, trying to look at if they have any papers. You can see one of the crusaders seems to have a more well-adorned armor and cape, who seems to be probably a lieutenant or sergeant, and you kind of roam through his body. But as you kind of roam through his body, there's one thing that takes your mind or catches your attention before you even get through his stuff is as you turn him around to look at his face. His entire body is completely pale, and you notice that he's been that he also looks a bit mummified, extremely skinny, what you wouldn't expect from a heavy crusader who you've encountered, who are very strong and burly most of the time. He seems extremely skinny. As you kind of touch his arms, he also seems way lighter than you would expect someone of his age and stature. So you realize that he's been completely drained of blood, and you see on the side of his neck 2 puncture wounds on the side there, where still a bit of dried blood has trickled down, presumably being sucked out of there. As you kind of look at the other corpses, it seems like a similar thing has happened to them as well. But you continue rummaging through, and as you get to one of the... He seems to have around 75 gold that you can pocket if you want to.
Yes.
He has a longsword, a heavy crossbow, and a shield. All in very classic Holy Religios make, if you want to take those as well. And there's a small kind of notice letter that is kind of just briefly indicates the route he's supposed to patrol around. You can see a small sketch of the surrounding area, and you can kind of identify where you are in the woods, in a small wooded area where the trees are. And there's just this line being drawn of where his troop or his regiment is supposed to be keeping a watch out. And that is the best that you can find there, on his body at least.
I just took his heavy crossbow and kind of mumbled, "This might be useful."
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of share. I didn't really find anything of interest on them, other than the puncture marks on the neck and being drained of blood.
Interesting. Well, that is... Well, I guess it's not too unsurprising that they've been drained by blood. But I have found something rather interesting. It kind of points a bit further away from where the corpses are onto the ground, and you can see a somewhat intricately drawn arcane circle that heavily reminds you of a teleportation circle, though it seems a bit smaller than the usual ones that you encounter. It's like,
Are they like teleporting more of their people here?
But it usually takes quite a bit of time and costly money to create these, and it would seem like a waste to just place it here. And as far as I can tell, this is not a, how should we say it, very well made one. This is kind of amateurishly crafted at best. Even the ground doesn't seem all too much fitting for it. Actually, but this might be a solution. Alright, I'll try and look for a tree. I think we should stake out here for the time being. I think this is a pretty good location to try and get the others. And we'll just wait until they arrive. Maybe they will come back here and we can see if they are planning to do anything further with the teleportation circle. I'm not quite sure.
Should we destroy the circle? Can you destroy teleportation circles?
Well, it's something as weakly crafted as this one, pretty sure, but I think we should wait until we do that. I think it should take some time to investigate it.
Okay. And then I'll just start looking around for like a good tree that Azrael would be able to use.
Yeah, make a perception check. Dang. Yeah, there's one.
I know Azrael.
Yeah. You look behind
I know
you.
what she would look for.
You just look behind you and there's one big fat tree and you're like, damn, that's it. That's literally it. That's a perfect ass tree. And you just go towards it and you carve the Fate Weaver symbol inside of it, so this tree is specifically marked so Azrael can teleport to this tree, since it, you hope, it's the only tree that has the Fate Weaver symbol in this area. Yeah, but with the natural 20 as well, I will also say that you can also see that a bit further up to the hill, kind of looking up there, you see another regiment of crusaders, and a pretty large one, probably like between 20 or 30 people who was just kind of walking along the edges of the kind of hilly area, and they seem to be heavily armed, great shields, great swords, and you can even see a cart that is being carried by like a mule or a horse that has like a heavy ballista kind of on top of it, like a mobile ballista that they're carrying with. And this is like war effort level types of defenses that they're being surrounded by here. And it's somewhat concerning seeing that, you know, you have seen like 8-7 Crusader soldiers that have been taken down by like 8 or 7 Holy Blood Legion vanguard scouts, assassins, or whatever they are, kind of putting them at not only at the same but probably higher level than the Crusaders, which is a bit worrying, to say the least. And also, you know, this weird arcane circle. But so you kind of notice that Candace kind of like ushers you behind the trees to kind of stay out of sight, and he says, okay, I think we are close enough. Doing anything now would be put us far too large of a risk to get discovered by any one of those two. I think we should just wait out and hope that your friends are able to, well, get the key.
I hope so. I have faith in them. As long as, you know, nothing dicey happens. We're known to get ourselves into some dicey situations.
Well, you made it out alive, getting kidnapped by orcs and stuff.
Yeah, no thanks to you.
Nothing personal.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys sit there in awkward silence. As maybe like 5 minutes or so pass, that you get a sending from Icewell through your Saying Stone saying, good news, we have it. Lot went down, we're okay, we'll just take a rest, be on our way.
I'll respond back. We have marked a tree with our symbol. Weird teleportation circle. Crusaders are drained of blood. Come soon.
Alright. And with that, we will switch over to the other group. As well, you receive a response to your sending.
And because it's the sending stone, it's just chiming out, right? I'm not the only one who hears it.
No.
Or am I the only one that hears
it? Yeah,
it?
I think you're the only one.
Yeah, okay. As soon as I hear that, I'll just repeat what she says to the others so that they know, like, okay.
Okay, well, she's still alive.
Yes, that's the good news. Weird teleportation circle. That worries me.
Right, that's concerning.
Mm-hmm.
So that means quick transport for someone or someone's.
Yes. That's never good. Yeah, we should take our rest and
regardless.
Yeah, we need to rest.
Right.
Yes. I'll take first watch. Just to make sure.
Oh, well, I think Lambert's here somewhere. I'll just move in front of us because it's probably in the hallway.
Ah! Hello. Oh.
Well, welcome. So we could actually use your help. Don't mind the statue or the burning bodies.
Hard to do, but I'll try. Oh, okay.
Right. We need to catch our breath. Probably take a few hours. Can you just patrol the halls, and if anything happens, just, well, let us know.
Sure can do.
Great. There shouldn't be anybody else here, but there's an entrance. I'm gonna kind of describe the way out, where like the opening is. If anybody comes, they'll probably be from there.
Oh, yeah, I'm aware. It's not my first time here.
Right. That feels like months ago.
He died here
Yes, the beast.
a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Mm,
You know, my butt still
that
hurts,
feels
right?
like ages ago.
Anyways, yes, I will take a watch out. It doesn't seem like there are any more bees here, so I think I should be fine.
I'll stay
Oh,
awake the first 2 hours, make my meditation, and then be awake the last 2 hours, so that at least
Okay.
I feel a little bit safer.
Okay, that's fine. And I do have one spell slot left, so I could. There's one more rune left, right? We popped one, but the other one's still there. If I take a look,
Rune or room?
outside the doors.
Oh,
Rune.
That's
oh,
the trap.
yeah. Wait, didn't I? No, Irik went through it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so when
Oh,
we
did we-
went through it, I
Oh no, you
I
went.
s-
Yeah, you went back, right?
I went through their side.
Oh yeah.
I- What I said was that I tried to run through it as soon as it activated so that I would prevent activating it again.
Yeah. Through this entire altercation, you were also on the right side, not the left side. My bad. I kind of forgot about that.
well.
But yeah, didn't change all that much. Yeah, you can go there and. What do you want to do? Inspect it or activate it?
I'll just throw a 5th level dispel magic at it.
Oh yeah, that does it. It just fills away and the wound
Wonderful.
dissipates.
Okay, rest a little bit easier. Alright, yeah, let's find a comfy spot somewhere under the statue, and that's where I'll take my rest.
Underneath the ominous statue. All right, then.
Before we all rest, is there anyone at all we want to check up on? And I just take my little bowl of water out.
Oh, good boy. I mean, yes, but who?
Yeah,
Option.
I have one shot.
What about? Oh God, I'm terrible with names. The guy from your city who's not that great. Friends with your family.
Kronberg,
Maybe check up on him.
see if he's
See what he's doing. Where is he?
all right.
But-
All right.
You know.
Okay, and I'll take out the piece of cloth that I have because that belongs to him,
Mhm.
and I'll just wrap the bowl in it, and I'll just cast my scrying on it. There we go.
Nice. Okay, wisdom save coming right up, and he has a minus something,
Yes.
I believe.
Hold on. Extensive knowledge. He has -5, and then a garment or other possession -4. So he's got a -9 total.
Okay, then let's see. Actually, I will roll it
Yes.
quickly because that makes it more fair.
Yes.
A d20. Yeah, okay, no, doesn't even matter with this modifier. Holy shit. Yeah, so you kind of do your spelly thing again, and you can see that the water inside of your scrying bowl starts to ripple. The hues and
Put it kind of in the middle so that we can all watch it.
the light refracts a bit, and you can see slowly starting to appear is the image of Kronberg, and he's once again seems to be in a dark lit room. You can see some candlelight that is causing a room light to appear on the side of his face, and he's sitting in like a quite comfortable big chair, but he has like a very distressed expression on his face. And can you hear through scrying? No, right? You can only see. Or what is it?
No, I can hear.
Oh, you can hear. Okay, yeah.
Hold on. On a failsafe, spell creates an invisible, intangible sensor. You can see and hear through the sensor as if you were there.
Yes.
The sensor moves with the target, remaining within 10 feet of it for the duration. If something can see the sensor, it appears as a luminous orb about the size of your fist.
Okay.
And it lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay, then I will just have to look up something real quick.
Yes.
Yes, okay, you can see he's like distressed, and you can see, and now also very audibly hear that he's kind of speaking with someone. You can actually make a perception check as you're kind of just looking through the scrying to see if you make out any more details.
Oh, yes, okay. Good. Ooh.
6. Not much. Well, makes sense. The scrying is limited to him, and it seems like the periphery of the scrying kind of fades into blackness before it reaches any other details that would catch your attention. But you can hear him say,
"This is getting quite annoying. They escaped your men. They should take care of it. If we don't deal with it, it will be a thorn inside of our... Never mind. I'm trusting them that they will deliver it as needed. If not, Gelgash will be rather prudent about his movements. His troops are already stationed on the east side, and they're ready to strike. I'm not quite sure if you can trust the deadline Septimus has set for us, but I hope that... What? Again?
and then your scrying disappears.
Yeah, so both Fiera and Eirik would have seen that as well. Because I made it like so that we all could look into it.
Okay, my notes are a mess here. I think I have Gelgash, Thorin Ironheart is the 6th king of Colas, right?
Yes.
Okay, the king of
Yes.
Colas. Okay, I was worried it was the Dragonborn.
Yes. No, he's the king of Colas.
Okay, I'm less worried. Okay, interesting. Well, their plans are going according to what they thought, so that's good.
It's very good news. The more of a pain in the ass I can be to him, the better I feel.
Exactly. And his favor will probably drop within this organization, so.
The more I thwart everything that he throws at me, the more distraught he's going to be, he's going to start making mistakes. That's what we need. That's what we need. This is actually great news. I'm still...
Means we're doing the right things.
Yes. I'm still on my guard about everything, but this is some great news we needed. He's starting to crack. We just need to keep going.
Perfect.
Okay, let's take our rest then. Let's get ready. We still have some more stuff to do tomorrow.
I agree. I'm gonna get back to Jade.
Yes, I don't want to leave her with handed too long.
Yes.
Alright. Then that is where you take your break. And that is also where we're gonna take our break. At the 2-hour mark. So we'll see you guys in a quick sec. Bye. See where this goes. And we're back. Oops. I forgot to put Matt to where he's supposed to. He's playing Fiera. Not Iceral. And Iceral's gone. I should have said that at the beginning of the session, not I realized. But no, during the break she disappeared. We all knew about it. She has stuff to do, which is why she was fancily dressed like Iceral. It wasn't a cosplay. No, I'm sorry. It's not that time yet. But yeah, she'll be gone, and that's why I will do my best to play her part. Or maybe Top Eye Guy will pick her up. Who knows? One of the other. My Iceral impression, I apologize for it right now. Anyways, we jump back into actually Iceral, Eirik, and Fiera, and I will roll a perception check for her since she wanted to keep watch, so I should stay true to that. Just update the character sheet with the new spells, and I will give her advantage since Kalama will help her.
Perfect.
So here we go. Oh, it's gonna be split out again. Okay. Nice. It never popped up. Oh, because I don't have the plugin activated. Damn it! Damn it! Wow, I rolled as natural 17 and she has the +3, so a dirty 20 for her perception check. You all just gotta trust me on that, but you can just look in the DnD campaign thing, it says there. Okay.
Okay, it's fine. Alright, we're good.
We're good. Yeah, she takes the first 2 hours, and it seems like nothing special goes by, and nothing happens. She just goes back to sleep, or she goes into meditative stance, and Glamour just keeps out to watch for the next 4 hours. And as soon as the 4 hours pass by, Iceral kind of wakes up again, feeling re-energized, like the elf she is. And for the entire rest, doesn't seem like you get disturbed or anyone else approaches the area. And you'll gain the benefits of a long rest, so you get half of your hit dice back. Yeah, half of your hit dice back. That is important to track during this situation, because if you do a long rest, unfortunately D&D Beyond gives you all of your hit dice back. I don't know why. But
We can check our hit dice. Okay. Okay, I'll still go back to full, so it's fine.
Yes.
It's half the total back or half what we've used back?
Half the total back. Yeah.
Sure, everything else is set. Ooh, portal power resets. Boom. So about what time? Or are we on a new day after the long? I guess, yeah. Where are we? We are
pretty early. It'd be that's actually it would be midnight.
Oh. Midnight on the 10th day of the second boss.
Yep.
Right. Alright, I think I have all my stuff reset. Oh, it doesn't reset items? God dang it.
No.
No, yeah, you have to go back and unselect the charges.
I have so many charges on stuff.
Well, which is crazy because you have to like specify what the charge reset condition is for the items. And
oh.
it
And
says
it doesn't. Oh, that's weird.
Really? Doesn't it do it? I thought it did. Oh,
No, I had to do my drift globe, pearl of power,
dang.
and my amulet of health. That's okay. I'll remember. And spells are picked. I'm good. Myself a fresh alacrity, and I will feel safe. Okay, well, we're just about done here. Before we set off, what do you think about me examining the key, just to make sure it's safe, we know what it does, we know what it is, before we go into an unknown situation?
Yeah, I mean, examining the key itself is probably an unknown situation too. Like, my concern is if you start playing around with it, is it going to release something else, or like?
Well, I'd rather find that out now rather than when we need it. Because if we go to the cave, we now have the key. So if there's a cost for using it, I want to know it now.
Yeah. I don't mind you looking into it. I don't. It's we got to be ready in case something happens.
I will not.
Well, I guess prepare what you like. I guess I could take out the key, sit down. It'll take time, but I'll use detect magic first and see if it gives a specific school, or if there's multiple different magics coming from it, or if it's familiar to like blood magic, familiar to hell magic. You know, if I can figure out its origins.
Yeah, I can Arcana check with advantage.
And first I'll follow it up with identify too, just so I know what it is.
Alright, then you can look up Lazula's key in the inventory. And that will give you basically what you need to know.
Lazula's key. Oh, it is a wondrous legendary item. Oh boy.
Ooh. I mean, no surprise, really.
Anything less?
That's just uncommon. There's a bunch of them.
Oh my god. Okay. So I'll start speaking out loud as I figure out these things. So it's made out of dark blood. Interesting. The iron from it specifically. That's why it has a red hue. Shaped like a diamond with revenge. No, and there's a floating drop of blood that changes its shape. So if I look at that drop of blood, I mean, I assume it's like red hued or whatever.
Yep.
Oh, that's scary. I'm not gonna touch that. And the head of the key looks like an arcane sigil. Yeah, makes sense. Key that opens the lock to Lazula's tome. Tome. I want that tome. There it is. Tome and cave. So is the tome in the cave? Or does Lazula have it still, I wonder?
I wonder if that's why they can't get into the cave, because they can't they don't have the
You need a legendary magical key. Key cannot be broken or have its form change. Oh, I can destroy it though. That's funny. And you can't use divination to find it. I should change my spells so I don't do something dumb. No, it's fine. Well, this is dangerous. Oh boy. We can't have anybody have this key other than us. We have 2 bags of holding. Oh, it's too bad I couldn't finish my spell on yours, Eirik. We could keep it in my scroll case, because I do have the permanent enchantment to keep it non-magical. Because if they see one of your bags of holding, they might take them. Assuming that the key is in there. Because I'm assuming there's a big aura coming off this key, right? It's like,
Well, actually no. It's quite subtle. Because it seems like there is magic, like a strong abjuration magic.
oh, that prevents divination, right?
Yeah. So it's actually not
Oh.
oozing or leaking.
Oh,
that
maybe
much.
it's not too bad then. Hmm. Well, let's keep it in the big holder for now, and once we meet up with Jay and the rest, we can figure it out. Yeah. So the question is, how do we meet up with them?
We have a rough idea of where we need to go, at least direction-wise.
Right. But the fast. Try to think.
Isabel kind of chimes in. Actually, I have to see if she prepared the spell. Otherwise, she won't chime in.
Well, I also want to get that rod of holding now that it doesn't have a purpose anymore.
Nope, she does not have the spell, so she won't chime in.
Okay. How long can Azarel change into an animal?
I think it's same as her druid level is, if I remember correctly.
Druid is a class I don't know well enough.
Well, cheap. You say that form for a number of hours equal to half your druid level. So she can.
Oh, okay. Can't fly all day.
Yeah, no.
I love how I answered the question before Jack found it, but I was on mute, so.
Oh.
Oh, that's too bad.
I love Druids. I play them a lot.
Pretty cool.
How did we get here? Do we walk here? Yeah, we walked.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got teleported to Undorn, and then we walked here. God, we don't have horses. Fly doesn't last long enough. I think we just have to start hoofing it. We can send a message, let them know that it'll be a couple days. Maybe Kenneth has a better idea. He has an interesting book.
If he's got some kind of like
I
magical
mean,
hand that could just come and get us, you know?
right. I mean, he took Jade, so. Okay, how about that? We'll send them a message, let them know that we have the key, and we'll begin traveling there, but it will be a couple days. So if they have a faster method, we're open to it. I don't have sending today, so.
We've got the stone.
Might as well pick up a stone. I mean, you can still use this.
Yeah. It should be recharged after midnight. I guess I don't know how that works.
Is it after day or rest?
Do I have a spell?
Let me see.
Like I.
Until the next dawn.
Oh. Well, we could travel for a few hours, I guess.
Oh, actually, yeah. So, what do? You just walk out and start?
Well, first, I want to take a look at that rod of holding again and see if I can devise a method to unattune it from its purpose so we can take it.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. So, kind of step out, pass by like Glamour, who's sleeping,
Oh,
and you go back to the entrance, which you used to enter this cave, and go out back into the water, submerge yourself in the very icy cold water, actually, and you can make an investigation check.
good at these. Have all my stuff today. And we're gonna chronal shift that one into oblivion.
If I'm not mistaken, I remember I tried to look at it and see if there was a way to sort of take it, and what I remember figuring out was that if it gets removed, it would likely just go back to where it was. Like it's like tethered to this mechanism.
I have dispel magic, but I need to figure out what to dispel. Oh my god!
Damn. A 1 and
I'm
a
trying
3.
to think. Wait,
Because you don't want to dispel the item.
I technically have
Doesn't Izarella
inspiration.
have guidance?
Well, I don't think it would have helped you much, and yeah, I might also keep my eye out for
If
that.
it's midnight, do I have inspiration?
Wait, isn't it after you take a long rest?
It reset.
Is
Should
it-
reset after a rest.
Yeah,
Oh, is it a long rest, not once per day?
I think long
How do
rest.
the humans work here?
Well, that once per day thing is always hard to track.
After you finish a long rest.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I think they changed everything
Well-
with long rest and they don't do days anymore.
Okay. I'll use all my stuff on this rod then, because I refuse.
Look at that rod.
I'm a wizard. I need this. Yeah.
No, damn, 28. Holy shit.
Okay, that probably took me a while to figure out. Sorry, I request.
Yeah, probably actually Ivig is like helping you explain like part of the mechanism that he has already found out. And yeah, there's some sort of arcane tether that, you know, as soon as you put it into the statue, at some point it reappears back so the door closes again. And it is a pretty intricately carved and designed magical contraption that is deliberately made so you can't just yank the
We'll see.
immovable rod. And you know, like, yes, you can in theory just detach the part of the spell that tethers it to the contraption, though it is so intricately ingrained within the rod itself that it will take some handiwork to do it precisely without dispelling all of the magical properties of the rod. Since you feel like this rod has been specifically designed for this. It wasn't a immovable rod before and then, you know, changed into a key. No, its main purpose was to be a key, and one of its elements is to be an immovable rod as well.
It's an immovable key.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on this. You want to send a message and see if they know a faster way for us to get there?
Can she?
Well, with the stone, right?
Oh yeah, once, but yeah, I'm getting confused with Dawn and Long Rest. Like, wait, what is it now? And she says, yeah, of course. What should I say exactly?
I can open up my thingamabob here.
Well, I mean, just inform them that we are coming a bit later.
Unless they have a faster method. Probably be, I think we're 2 or 3 days away, right?
The map.
Yeah, I can take you on the map actually.
Scenario. Kid's there, Valley's there. Oh, but I don't know how to devise time on this map. I think it's just 2 days because it was like a day and a half from Undor and or almost 2 days,
Yeah, it was,
right?
well, it was full 2 days.
Whole 2 days.
Yeah, so it's pretty much the same.
But we're gonna have to go slow once we get past the river, though, because war, assassins,
Yeah.
unholy legion, you know, demons.
all that good stuff.
So yeah, maybe have key. Travel will take 3 days, unless there's a faster method.
She just hands you the stone.
I just say that.
Okay, Jade, you receive.
And then I hand it to Eirik.
Okay, all right.
hot potato. Yeah, Jade, you received that message.
Repeat it to my companion that I've been giving the cold shoulder to.
Yeah.
And I say,
A long bit of silence.
Yeah, 8
Yeah.
hours. You've been sitting there for
Awkward
8
hours.
hours.
So they can't travel by tree like they thought. It's gonna take them a few days, unless you have a way to get them here faster.
Alright, so I don't think we have that much time if we wait any longer. Can't Fiera teleport?
If Fear cannot teleport, is there another option?
Oh, fine.
Do you have anything in your arsenal that could get them here faster? I mean, you did just kind of poof me out. And...
I can teleport, but it uses quite a bit of my resources. And we might need them. Well, actually, let me look at Candace's character sheet real quick, if he has anything specific. If he can somehow convey visual information.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think you can put a teleport circle in 25 words.
Yeah. No.
Oh, he's an elf. Oh, I can't dream him. Oh,
yeah. Yeah. He kind of just sighs and he says, ask if any one of them has the ability to kind of see where we are. Because
What would that do?
well, we have a teleportation circle here.
Oh, so we could show them the circle.
Technically, though I feel a bit bad since, well, I guess that, you know, we can maybe then figure out how it works. That's actually two birds with one stone.
I don't know if I'll go through that circle. Ooh, could just end up, you know, just.
So, I'm gonna respond back. Let's see. We don't have any way to get to you. Can you find a way to see us for the teleportation circle?
Okay, well, now that I have the stone, I'll repeat. Okay, so they want us to look to see if we can know where they are, and we just did the scrying yesterday on
A creature.
Quan,
She can maybe see the ground.
Quanberg.
Oh, that is roundabout.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the spell prepared today. I'd have to take a. Well, it would only take 4 hours for me to get it online again.
Right. And while you do that, me and Ira can try to get this rod out without breaking it.
I mean, sure.
That's just another 4 hours that we're not moving towards where we need to go.
I mean, it's better than
I feel
traveling.
like we accomplished quite a bit yesterday, though.
And the alternative is we have to walk 2 days,
Yes.
which is a lot longer than waiting for
When they're
hours.
there now. I mean, if this doesn't work, there's another method, but that would involve having Jade do some work. So this, I think this is the safest way.
Right, then I start preparing.
Okay, I'll send back saying, okay, well,
Is it once per day?
Isorel,
Oh yeah, it's once per day. You can.
Is
Or
it?
once per long?
It's once per long.
But I did. She
Oh,
sent
wait.
it to me.
Oh yeah. How does that work? Can you do that both ways once? Can you read in discussion what it says? But
That was her response, right?
yeah.
For the sending.
Oh, right. Right.
Oh yeah, because then yeah.
Okay, well, I can prepare sending with a short rest. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're great at planning. We're great at planning. Okay. Well, I will take half an hour then, because I need 2 short rests to get 2 spells. To get circle and sending, but then I'm using the rest of the time to figure out a way to get this rod.
Okay. What? What the fuck is this? That I swear added a completely different sending stones. What the? Okay, she added like the acquisition incorporated sending stone, and not the normal one. I was like, why is this description so weird?
Yeah, that's what I was reading. I was like, there's a lot more in here than I thought.
Yeah. Well, okay, yeah, you can make an Arcana check, Fiera, for trying as you're fiddling out there.
Come on. My rolls are not great today.
Well, I'll manage her spells. Prepared spells.
I have 1 more chronal shift. I will use it if I have to. Okay, yes.
God dang, 29.
There we go. That's what it should be.
Yeah, so as you're kind of going through it, and you can see that there are specific carvings within the word itself and the statue. However, you notice that a lot of the kind of tether what's it called, runes that are responsible for this bond that's being created is within the statue itself, and very intricately carved inside of the kind of hole where you place the key inside. And so it's difficult to kind of, you know, get to it and read what which parts of the entanglement of magic you have to kind of snip out to retain the properties of the immovable rod without, you know, breaking the entire magic. So basically how you can imagine it is, and how magic works is, specifically if it's located on one object and tethering to, is like a wire of different strings that you tie into a very well formed knot that then cohesively bond to each other and create the magical connection. And the more knots you tie together, the more complicated the entire contraption gets, and you have to find out which strings belong specifically to the part you want to break. And obviously this is a very intricately and complicated thing. However, you're quite astute and have learned your ways through observing a lot of wild and intricate magics over the course of your adventure here, and having identified numerous items. It actually doesn't seem to be that troublesome as long as you take your time. You just notice just following the threads one after another, kind of just focusing on them and not, you know, relying on guesswork. You can very confidently gain or can ascertain each single thread that you can put together and dispel while preserving the immovable rod. And that's exactly what you do after spending maybe like 3 hours or so, kind of just looking at each rune, reading what kind of source magic is implemented, so you can figure out the shape and property of each strand of weave that is being tied within the statue itself. And one after another, you kind of or accumulate them together visually and metaphorically, and then you just target those properties with your dispel magic. And with that, you can also see that the door itself kind of just collapses and breaks as the
Whoops.
magic itself kind of gets dispersed, which was held by this statue, in fact. And you can see that the cave now starts to flood as the water kind of
That's fine.
goes inside. And the lake kind of actually almost becomes completely empty as the entire underground space gets completely flooded. And actually good for you, because now you don't have to, and the other difficulty was you had to keep swimming down, looking at it underwater since it is within water. However, after that, the lake is empty, you have an immovable rod, and you're pretty sure that no one else is going to go into this cave except they want to go and make a diving tour.
Yeah, have fun with that. Well, that was a success. Wonderful.
Anything I would be doing during this time?
I mean, I'd be probably helping Fiera the whole time, like as every time she comes up for air, talking about the situation and trying to figure out mechanics and everything. Specifically, not really doing anything other than making sure she's okay every time.
Yeah. You probably give her your goggles so she can actually see underwater.
Light source goggles, yeah.
Oh yeah. Alright, then if you don't do anything specifically, you would turn for a quick moment to Jade, in case you want to do anything. Since you kind of spent 8 hours with Kenneth, he wouldn't have made any moves to try and go anywhere. He seems to, you both aren't the stealthiest. He realizes that, and knowing like he found already the spot he wanted to, since this seems to be like a thing he can target and doesn't want to create any larger risks than he needs to. So if there's anything you would like to have done, Jade, can just say it.
I don't think that there's anything in particular that I'd want to do other than just making sure that, because some time's passed, just making sure that nobody's coming to back to this area to check on the bodies or anything, so that we're not discovered.
Yeah, I guess you can make a perception check. 13. Yeah, you're keeping like a loose eye out, and during 8 hours there, you do see occasionally flying in the sky still the Griffin units, and every time you look up to the hill, most of the times you also see like this large platoon of legionnaires also traveling with their kind of mounted ballista. But in your entire time here, you don't see any Blood Legion people anymore. And either they're well hidden and you just didn't notice them, or they haven't made their way here yet. You're unsure. However, at kind of like the 7-hour mark or so, you do notice that the large platoon does kind of descend the hill at one point, and you kind of tuck in behind one of the trees, and they seem to scour through the area, not really coming too close to you. They're like maybe 1,000 feet to 2,000 feet away, so they're quite a distance, but they seem to have caught the attention of something that has made them come down. And as soon as they kind of get more to the grassy area, you kind of lose sight of them, especially because there are also some trees and brush that kind of makes it so you aren't able to see. And you do hear like some distant shouts and maybe even like ballista shots. You're not quite sure if there's like actual combat going on or they're engaging anything, or if they just kind of are doing like a routine kind of prep thing, and how after like 20 minutes or so, you can see the squadron kind of return back up to the hill and resume their usual route that you have been kind of seeing from them. That's about as much as kind of happens then.
Okay. And then, I mean, Jade would be tired of sitting in awkward silence now. So, she'd probably be like, so how'd you get into magic?
Oh, wow. Always was a curious fellow, I would say. Well, you know, as a kid I dreamed to change the world. Kind of discover things that could help society, help the people. And just, you know, reading a lot of books, seeing my own heroes up close. I was blessed to have been born into a more noble family, so I had decent access to a lot of arcane books and could study them from a young age. But I think the main catalyst for me trying to learn magic is seeing that there's larger potential that has yet to be used.
And what's your specialty? Pierre is obviously time.
Time, yeah, she's delving in some interesting areas. I haven't even gotten to that myself yet. My specialty is research. Most of my spells are focused on learning things. I can discover quite a bit through the use of magic. I can trace back the footprints of weaves. And that's what I've been mainly using it for, to try and understand magic better.
Interesting. The whole studying for magic thing makes sense to me, but it doesn't at the same time. It's just all weird.
Yeah, you have unique abilities, I've come to realize. I don't think I've ever seen them. You're also a shadow practitioner, right?
Kind of.
Hmm.
It just comes from my heritage and where I grew up. The ravine, you know, you're in the dark all the time.
Yeah, the ravine is also something that's been intriguing me for quite some time. The depth of that thing is, well, like the source of magic, yet unexplored. You know,
Being as squishy as you are, I don't recommend going there without a proper guide.
don't worry, I definitely was not planning on doing that alone. But while on the topic, how deep would you go to try and find an answer you really want to know?
I mean, I would go to the end of the world to try to find an answer to a question that I really wanted to know. I feel like there's a catch to this question.
No. It's something that I've been asking myself for a long time.
If there's something that genuinely, like, you really want to know, I mean, what race is he? I don't remember.
He's an elf, and high elf.
Okay. We have all the time in the world. I mean, we're not like humans and they just live till they're like 80 and just die.
Well, it makes a lot of us very lazy, knowing that we don't have much time pressure. I've seen many of my friends succumb to that bad habit.
Adventuring is fun. You move around, you see new places, you find more questions than answers half the time, but it keeps things entertaining.
I mean, that's the beauty, right? That's kind of what drives us to move forward. And
Better than being cooped up in a library, reading books.
well, kind of adventures in books as well. The more you discover, the more you learn. Kind of opens your eyes quite a bit.
I guess I just like practical experience.
I mean, with magic, if you learn new things, it is a practical experience. Because you see things differently. Your perspective shifts. And the same happens when you go outside. Things, that's what the world and experience is all about. It's to shift your perspective. If you stay stagnant for too long, then I feel like you aren't really living. Or you're denying a certain part of life.
I mean, I get that. I just feel like books, you're just staying in one spot and you get bored. I couldn't stare at a book for hours. I'd get bored.
Well, to each their own, I would say.
I'm not a wizard.
Yeah, takes an astute mind. But I'm intrigued that you have a similar mindset as I have. How well do you understand demons?
I mean, I just know the basic knowledge. You know, they come up, you kill them, and they're mean and nasty, and we need to get rid of them.
Yeah, get rid of them. That's what I thought too. But
You
nothing.
saying you know how to get rid of them?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
So that's why you're interested in this key thing.
Yeah. I don't know how much you have learned, but we are in some ways connected to demons. You, me, everyone you've ever known. But no one wants to seek it further. No one wants to explore it. Everyone is so afraid. Everyone talks about getting rid of demons, but nobody wants to study them.
Side note, I'm getting serious campaign 1 vibes with that crazy lady in the den. I feel like studying them's dangerous. I feel like studying them is a way to put yourself at risk unnecessarily. Like studying them, I'm sure you would get answers, but are those answers worth your own life if you can't share your knowledge with anybody?
But we both agree that some answers, if you really want to know them, you go to the end of the world to try and find them out, right? And is this not an answer you would try to go to the end of the world to rid the world of demons? Is that not a answer worth seeking for?
Me personally. But for some people, I could see why it would be one of those things. But I also believe with my upbringing, knowledge is to be shared. And if you put yourself in a risk that could potentially take your life away, then you can't share your knowledge. So it's putting yourself at unnecessary risk for something that should be shared.
But I mean, what's the difference to adventuring, going out, exploring the world? It's just as dangerous. When you go out in the world, you will encounter a demon. So why not use that opportunity to study it?
Because when you're out in the world, you're on a mission, you're doing something, and a demon is just in your path that you need to overcome to progress whatever it is that you're doing.
And yeah, what if that thing that you're doing is trying to find out why a demon appears? Why do they hinder us to our goals?
You have an interesting way of looking at things.
I've been told that many times.
And I appreciate your honesty, but I felt like you baited me into a conversation and now I don't know how to get out of it.
Well, you started it.
Greg. I may have started it, yes. But now I'm second guessing everything that I know, and my brain is just going like this.
What I said, it's about experience and changing your perspective. If you have the same perspective your entire life, I'm not quite sure if you ever lived. I'm sure you understand what I mean. You can doubt my words, but at some point you will have to ask yourself the question.
Well, now I'm asking myself all the questions.
Good.
Now I'm second guessing my entire world.
Well, that's how I felt at the beginning of my journey, and I had to make a decision. And I, as do many people, wish to know the truth. And I believe, quite confidently, that that key that your friends are getting can unlock that truth.
Maybe, maybe not.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, they need to get here like yesterday.
Yeah, I am a bit worried. Let me check in real quick. And he casts sending. To Fiera, since you're the one who's been sending him sendings on time. He said, Kidness here. Just a quick check-in. Any new updates on how you're gonna get here?
I looked to Azarel about how deep into her meditation is she.
It's about coming to the close of her 4 hours.
Okay. Right. We're gonna try to look through scrying means. Have Jade sit next to the circle.
Okay, and he looks over to you, Jade, and says, okay, well, seems like they have an idea. So Fiera asked me, or asked you to sit next to the teleportation circle.
Odd, but I'm assuming it's to draw me in, or draw her to me. Just go sit next to the circle.
Actually,
This thing's not gonna like hurt me, right?
It's gonna hurt us if we use it.
actually, you will. Dang, pretty good. He looks at it, says, I don't think so. There's no evocation aspects or transmutation aspects. Wait, what is teleportation for magic? school again? I always forget. Is it in?
Conjuration.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I'm dumb. Yeah, it seems to be conjuration magics, but one thing that is quite strange is it's a lot of dwarven runes. It kind of surprises me a bit. I expected more elven make. That's probably the reason why it's so crappy. But I think they should be fine.
Yeah, I actually speak Dwarvish.
Oof.
Well, if a dwarf turns up, it's good to know.
I would go see that red-headed dwarf.
And okay, yeah, that would bring kind of the end of Isorel's long rest, and she changed into scrying, which I still have to choose a spell she will take out, and I will just take out she already changed the actually did she? No, she didn't, so yeah, I will take that off and then use scrying. Okay, and she will then prepare a spell. 10 minutes will pass.
I will give her the Pearl of Power since that was Jade's, if that helps.
Oh, sure.
I don't think we have. Eventually, we need to give each other like
She
bits of
has
hair,
my
but-
shield. She has Jade's shield in her bag of holding.
Oh, right. Yeah, so we have possessions.
And I think some of my armor too.
Okay. All right. So I guess Jade, you have to make a wisdom saving throw. Jade is actually the worst person to target for this spell.
Can you choose to
Yeah.
fail it?
No, because they don't know what's happening to them. So it's kind of.
Oh man, I got a plus.
But in this
health
case, she
12.
does.
Yeah, I also thought you could do, but I don't think it doesn't say you can. You have to attack. Doesn't
Yeah,
it?
some spells specifically say it, so
Yeah.
if it doesn't.
Oh, come on.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You can go that high.
Jesus Christ. So
That
not
was only with a. I rolled a.
Ooh.
What did I roll?
18, natural 18.
18.
Jesus.
I think it was higher than that. Yeah, wisdom is one of the ones I'm actually proficient in.
Good God.
I don't have anything to do. I don't think I have anything there.
Actually, wait, do you guys have a body part, lock of hair, or a bit of anything physical from Jade? I don't think so, right?
No.
Because she would get a minus 15 if that was the case. And
Well, she's got
male
my
lock of
shield.
hair, body part.
there has to be something from you.
Why would we have any of that?
That's a good question, but you know,
Is there any hair on my shield? Or my armor?
DNA evidence.
I think she has my chainmail.
she does, but
Can you
Happy-
roll a D100 to see if there's any of my hair that got stuck in it?
okay, yeah, if it's 95 or higher, I would say there's a piece of hair stuck to the
Oh my God.
helm to your armor.
Oh my.
Oh, so close.
No.
So close. Oh my god. If one of you guys has
Wow.
inspiration, they are allowed to use it for this.
I use mine. How else do we get there?
Greg, do you want to use your inspiration?
I mean, not for this.
Because I can't even use my guidance because that'll only give me maximum of +4.
Yeah, and this isn't an ability check. Well, that doesn't work, so you're immune for the next 24 hours from my
Oh
squatting.
my God. Okay, let's just
We are
walk, guys.
failing. All right, the quest is over.
I'm gonna tell the other guy. I don't think it's working. Nothing's happening.
Okay,
Trying
wait.
to think what else I could do here.
Hold on. I got an idea. He kind of does a sending and sends to Icewell and just says, in case you have failed, let me know, and if you did, try it on me. And Icewell responds probably, yes. Jade is too strong. Couldn't even touch her.
Really? Boom.
I will attempt it on you, I guess. And she will use a second first level spell to try and
What do I have? I don't know.
to try and
This
do
is
that.
insane.
Okay. Does she? What are the conditions?
We don't have anything of his.
First hand meta target. Yeah. Well, no.
I can conjure an image of him.
Well, it's like
We don't have his.
know the target well. You've met him twice. I don't know if he's considered garment or other possession. Yeah, no,
we don't have anything.
No, Kendall didn't give you anything, right? Well, he still gets a -2.
Jesus.
So let's see. Candace saves aren't actually that great, so let's see. Of course he gets
I swear to God.
a natural 18.
I could use a gigantic resource I really don't want to use.
Well,
How important is this?
keep in mind it's Candace doing the saving throw, so I don't know if you, unless you want to roll back time for that.
I don't know. It's that or travel for like 3 days. I'm thinking. What's the math on this? He has a. What's the total for his saves and minuses now? Is it just even?
Yeah, no. He has a -2 to what comes, so he would have
Yeah,
only.
so technically he has a +3.
Yes,
total.
exactly. So he got a 21 on that.
Oh God. I can't think of anything else. I don't have anything else. Let me double check my 6th level spells. I guess there's something.
Just trying to squat. Oh.
I wonder if I can get to another plane. Nope, that won't help. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
I'm not wasting that resource on that. You can take another nap. Oh, but they're both immune. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. We have nothing to do now except walk.
Walking it is.
No, this is for Jade. The moment I saw Isabel just. I've seen her fail spells before.
I mean, yeah,
Oh,
you-
Jesus gods. I just, with like, all the energy goes out of Fiera. Let's try again. And I'll snap my finger and
Okay.
reverse it.
Holy shit. Okay.
God. I hope you know how big a resource this is for you guys. I can't do this infinitely. There's a cost.
Yeah, you just get the sense of an enormous sigh somewhere, a divine presence larger than
Yeah,
the
I
world
sigh
itself.
with that. I sigh with that big sigh. Yes. Our sighs together sigh across the time reversal.
Yeah. Okay.
Low on charges now.
Another roll.
I swear.
Here comes.
Oh my god!
Oh, the dice on my screen is cocked and I thought it was a 2, but it's 18.
Just for curiosity's sake. Let's see.
Yeah, nah, it's impossible. Like, literally.
What is going on?
You have to roll lower. Well, okay, no, you. Wait, actually, 26? No, you only get a -4, I believe. Or 5, I think. Oh no, -9 on that would have been 17. Ah, barely.
I think Matt's just left the campaign.
Yeah, he left the campaign. He used and what is technically a 9th level resource to for nothing.
Oh man.
Well, that's what D&D is about. Sounds you win some, you lose some. Can't do anything about
It's gonna
it.
be an awful 3-day walk.
If Izrael just had my hair.
Yeah, -15. That would have done it. But now you know. Now you should exchange your body parts.
Nope. Nope. That's definitely
hair
not the title
clippings?
of the episode.
Exchanging body parts.
No, it should be needs some hair.
Oh man, he really gone. We really just left.
Have fun walking, guys. You know, I'll just, sit here in awkwardness with Kenda.
For 3 days. I mean, eventually you also gotta eat. Oh man.
I got rations.
Oh yeah. Yeah, actually, you always got some food supplies.
Oh man.
It's really.
Jay's gonna have an existential crisis with like mind thinking.
Yeah, you have some deep talks with Candace. Actually, he will say, since Fiera is lost in time, stunned for the lack of accomplishments he just had. And Candace just says to you, Jade, well, it seems like it hasn't worked.
It appears so. So there's nothing else we can do. They're just gonna end up walking. Can't send them an image. If we have to rest when they get here, we can rest when they get here.
You cannot. Oh man, would you do it? Would.
We cannot have them walking for 3 days.
So
with
I
this
thought
key.
we'll do plan C. So I start sending to Jade. I can enter people's dreams. If you can find a person to memorize the circle, I can learn it from their dream.
We gonna find a person. I don't say this. Back. I just look at him and I go, now Fiera wants us to find somebody to memorize the symbol so that she can dream him.
Okay, you know what? No, that's enough. I will go there myself. This is getting too much.
Then you get another one. Or if you can send someone to another dimension, I can talk to them.
I'll repeat that.
It's like, okay, this is getting out of hands. He kind of.
Yeah, Fiero's just on the tangent now after that.
You see Kenneth take out his magic book and he says, okay, time to wake up. Bring him back to the place we were before. And you see the magic book kind of opens up and you can see on the back, on the leather-bound cover, it's this kind of black leathery book with like silver linings, and this face appears from it and it says, "Ooh, why did you go here in the first place then? Just shut up and do it." So, very well.
I send back to Fiera, incoming.
And he will use his 7th level spell, cast teleport. to
Oh,
get.
only a 7th, huh?
And you guys are still at the entrance, right? So that
We're literally right next to the lake.
so
Yeah, like at the little campsite.
and then you would see like a flash of pinkish light appear on the top of the hill, and Candace appears, and he kind of looks down to you and says, I don't have any words to say. Just come.
From killing soul to being stuck in a lake.
Anyways, we don't have much time. And he kind of walks down towards you
Right.
guys. Huddle up. And back. And the book kind of says, you know, it's gonna cost you quite a bit, right? Yes, I know.
Can we use the
book.
circle back? Did you not memorize it? I can bring us back if you learn the circle.
That was like, I wanted to use the circle as a last resort. We don't know what's happening.
Let's go. Like, come on.
And she uses this 8th level spell now to teleport back. And Jade, I think he has like 100% success rate on that, since he knows
Oh my
exactly
God.
what it is.
Oh
We're
my
gonna
God,
end
don't
up
get
somewhere else now.
Don't get lost.
I don't have it. So I don't know the math on that yet.
Yeah. Just an associated object, which technically can just
He
be...
was there for hours.
Yeah, and he's smart enough to have left something there. Well, actually, I will roll just for getting back, because he doesn't have an object to where he
God.
was. So actually, I do have to roll. So maybe he doesn't even... Yeah,
Ugh.
okay, he makes it.
Oh,
So
jeez.
nothing
I was
happens.
ready for 1.
Oh God.
And so after having expended probably the most magical resources there is in the last 8 hours to accomplish the unimaginable, getting you to this place as you all kind of bamf into existence. Though you'll notice it's quite a smooth ride. Not as smooth as when Zephyrus teleported you, but he seems to kind of know his way with teleportation. Probably does that a lot. And you are now within this kind of grassy terrain, but there's solid rock beneath your ground and a lot of gravel, but a few trees sprout at the edge of what you can see is the beginning of the foot of a hill. And the wind here seems to be a lot stronger than from the Carrion Valley. And as soon as you arrive there, you're immediately greeted. First of all, it's dark, since it's still like, at this point, it would be like 5 a.m. Since you spent like 4 hours, so Iceworld could get to scrying. And then, you know, setting up all that stuff took a bit of time. So,
He's closer 5th levels.
yep. And so it's 5 a.m. So actually, you start to see the very faint bit of lights as morning comes to bear with you. But the other thing you notice are obviously the kind of somewhat dead crusaders who are not too far from where you kind of arrived. However, you do see Jade sitting next to what you can ascertain seems to be a very crudely drawn, much smaller teleportation circle than the ones you have encountered thus far. But Candace immediately kind of ushers you towards where Jade is, kind of located next to a larger tree where you also can identify the Fate Weaver symbol that's been carved inside of it. And just kind of says, okay, we have to keep a somewhat low profile while we're here. A lot of scouts, vanguard units traveling around here. Though we haven't seen any more of the Holy Blood Order in this region, but we should still tread carefully.
glad you guys could finally join us.
I don't want to talk about this ever again.
Kenneth takes out his hand and is like, gentleman's agreement. We would never mention this to anyone.
Really
Should we like Kendith rest? Because that was a lot.
Just so we understand the situation, there's a Legion here that's always stationed here, right? And they're currently guarding the place?
Yes. So the numbers obviously increased drastically.
Right, I'm sure they know it's a point of interest. We think that the Unholy Blood Legion will probably send people here. We dealt with the Covenant, or no. Was it the Covenant to the Heart at the...
No, it was the Blood Legion.
It was the Blood Legion. Okay, good. Yeah, they were dressed differently.
Or I made my enemy.
Right. So our goal is to get inside. Can we just walk up and be like, hey, we have the key, let us in?
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
we die, they have the key.
Yeah, I think that's the last thing we should do.
So we wait for a distraction then.
Well,
'Cause I don't know how else to get past that many.
Well, the question is, what do you want to achieve with the key?
What do you want to achieve with us having the key?
Oh,
Oh, I think I know the answer to that. I think it's to study demons and how to get rid of them.
well, I'm not quite sure if how the key itself would specifically pertain to this idea. I wish to understand and know what the key is locking inside. I have my reasons to believe from studying a bit from Lazula that there's some being or entity from the olden times locked up inside of there. Someone who has dealt and is partly demon.
Well, isn't there something also beneath Undorn? Is that the same or is this different? Because we know there's a Melidor. Do we think he's here or underneath Undorn?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. I think this is the cave that leads to the subterranean.
Oh, so
We're
there's an
pretty
underground
close to
labyrinth.
Undorn, so there's
It could
probably
connect.
a huge, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so things we know, or possibly know. A. Lazula went here. This was her last known location. She is thought to have sealed herself and possibly others away. B. Melidor is probably underneath as well, locked away. And probably the source of amplifying blood magic in the area. I guess. C, we know this is a location where objects come out of, such as Jade's sword. We also know that the Unholy Legion has Meldor's finger, likely. I look to Kendith when I say that.
He just kind of.
Does he have an impression when I mention Meldor's finger?
No.
Okay. I guess my goal is pretty simple. Find out if Lazula is here. And either reseal whatever's locked away, understand what it is, because it doesn't seem great. And just make sure that the Unholy Legion doesn't get it.
I'm concerned that well, a little bit more information for you guys. It's not just the Holy Blood Legion that is wandering around here. Well,
We've heard.
they have support from Colors.
So it's just armies on armies on armies.
Well, this is
Lots
it.
of factions, lots of interests. All converging at one point.
And the 5 of us.
But we have the
Do you
key.
think we could persuade them to like?
Right. One thing we learned is the Legion that can I see? I guess we're probably not in a place where we can see things. The Legion that's posted here are from the Lichnius, right? Their orders are just to keep people out.
Yeah.
That was likely started with the last Archbishop. From what I understand, he was on the side of blood magic is bad. We could go the route of convincing them that we're here to stop other influences. That's pretty hard.
Do you think our friend that told us about the different types of blood could get us access?
We'd have to travel there, or
Can't you send him a message?
we talked to him about that. I feel like we talked to him about that. Hang on, let me check my notes here.
I don't have my notes, so I can't refer back to it.
I don't have Skid's notes either.
I feel like I would have asked him how he inside once we get the. I think I remember asking that. I don't remember what the answer was. Like we're so bad at sneaking. If we wait for a diversion, that also means that other factions are here.
I could send Gus Thulu running.
But that's the thing,
But
yeah,
then
we
they-
can make the diversion.
But then they would assume we're enemies if we're ever caught during that diversion.
I mean, we know that at some point a battle will break out once the factions collide.
But then we lose getting here first.
Well, we can just potentially stake out until they engage, and while they're busy with each other, we could use that small opening to sneak in ourselves, and we can avoid the clashes of these big factions altogether. Because
That sounds like a good plan, but also it doesn't, because we're just sitting ducks. Like, if one of them accidentally stumbles upon us before they collide, that's not good either.
that is the risk. And you're right, we still have uncertainty when it is that they are actually going to engage.
I'm gonna.
How far
take-
away? Well, like, how far away is the entrance? Would you surmise from here?
From where we are right now, probably around 2 to 3 miles.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, we could try to sneak, and I'd take a big whiff to see if the perfume smell's gone away.
We love it. No. It's pretty good perfume. It lasts for a long time.
Does Skid even have pass without trace today?
Let me see.
It's 3rd level? Question mark? 2nd level?
Yes, I think so.
I think it's 1st level.
No. Is it third level? I swear. Let's see. Ooh. She could cast it with her staff, but she deliberately didn't want to do that, so.
Right.
And
If we're worrying about the smell, I have a few magical tinkerings I can put to use and try to
Well,
mask.
I'm not good at sneaking. Jade's not good at sneaking. I look at Kenda. I assume he's just like me.
I can't.
There's 3 of us that would struggle.
I can't.
Yeah, it's a lot of sneaking that's gonna have to happen.
Yes.
Well, I can turn all of us invisible. That will help us a bit, but well, as I've discovered with Jade, it'll only help so much.
Well, yeah.
I'll
your
pass
perfume
that
doesn't help.
trace.
Jade's snarky today.
Yeah.
Part of me just wants to go or to talk to the Legion.
And let them know we're here.
Let them know that we have good intentions. If it's better to side with them than try to fight through them.
But they might also potentially just take the key.
Well, what if we send, if Fiera's dead set on doing this, why don't one of us hold the key? Fiera, I'm assuming you have your holy symbol or whatever
I
it
have
is.
the Pendamoose stuff. And I have my token.
So, I mean, that might give you some good favor. So, we could send you out, have Eirik hold on to the key, and then you and I could go out and you could talk to them.
We could act like we are reinforcements in a sense. I could just pass that along, let them know that we were reinforcements from Godric, from Overmere.
Now, are we worried about them picking up that we have the key, like with a detect whatever?
It's proof against divination.
Because, I mean, I could just hop up into one of my rope tricks and hide with the key while you guys...
Well, it's in another space right now, and even if it was on myself, I could keep it another extra dimensional space as well. I'm not worried. I mean, I'm not going to mention the key. I'm just going to mention that we're here as reinforcements, and that we'd like to examine the entrance, make sure it's safe, make sure the area is safe.
I think that's gonna be the problem. If we say reinforcements, they're assuming we're gonna join them in battle. The entire purpose for them guarding the entrance is to literally let no one through. That is why they're stationed there. And I don't think some strangers coming up saying that they wish to investigate the very door they wish no one to go to. It's gonna be a...
Hard sell.
Yeah. And I'm more concerned about their intentions once they do get the whiff that we have the key. And the Holy Religions are pretty good at finding out about truth. I'm pretty sure they would take it and potentially destroy it at first sight if they are able to do so.
That sounds like the best idea is just to wait for a clash. But if a clash never happens, well, it's probably bound to happen. Maybe they'll come out with these teleport sigils.
Ken just kind of looks down to it.
And they could be spread out all around the area. They'll swarm the place.
It's actually a great time to think about what are we going to do after? Assuming we manage to get inside undetected and they're fighting. At some point, one of the two will swarm the place while we're inside.
Or both together. I mean, we need to get to... I mean, we need to figure that out. We don't know what's inside. We need to figure out what's going on with Laszlo. We need to figure out how Melidor is sealed away. We need to figure out what else is there.
Okay, well, I have one idea that could potentially get us inside.
And you're just saying this now?
Well, I just thought of it now. It is, we have to somehow have Isorel be able to see one of the guards that would enter the cave. Because once they enter the cave, she can scry on them, hopefully while they are inside, and then I can teleport us inside.
Ooh. Hold on here.
But if they have a high save like I do, I mean...
You're impossible, Weaver.
But I'm a paladin. They're paladins.
Well, not all of them. Most of them, but not all of them. You have to find the right person.
We need to, like, clip their hair?
Well,
Here, do you want a mage hand and clip some hair and...
Nope.
Or grab some toenail clipping?
Yikes.
Yeah, next time we clip our nails. Man, we are not good at infiltrate. We used to have somebody that was good at infiltration.
wait.
Yeah.
Wait, does he have to
Be
speak?
perfect for this.
It's not a terrible plan if there was a simple way of getting someone into that cave.
Could we do like a little whisper to the different factions to try to cause the scuffle to happen sooner than later? Fiora, you can dream. Can you communicate with people in their dreams? Like tell them, hey, they're going to attack you tomorrow. You should attack first.
I mean, that's actually not a
That
bad.
has so many unknowns.
It's the
That
one that
could be-
keeps us out of danger the most, or at least for the longest, I think.
They also have to be
can
sleeping, and
plant-
it's morning now.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can wait. I mean, wait a little bit longer. I mean, we've been waiting for a while. We can wait a little bit longer till it's nighttime. You can do a little whispers.
If we can't come up with a better plan, I'll try that tonight. There has to be a better plan.
Oh, thanks. My plan's not very good. I see how it is.
None of our plans have been good so far. We're so bad at infiltrating. Oh boy.
It's almost like none of us were meant to go on this journey.
Right. Yeah. I wasn't trained to sneak past a legion to get into a cave with a big blood demon creature.
Can I like a history to see if any family knowledge might be able to help us?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, they were kind of military-esque.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, that's actually a good point. They do know a lot.
I'm gonna give myself guidance before I do this.
Yeah.
There could be a demon in the area. Holy.
21. So yeah, like you'll realize, especially you, Jade, you are in a very prickly situation where there is no safe answer. Like you can't expect to get through this expecting to be unscathed. It's like the probability of that happening is very, very, very low, especially with, well, your group specifically, since you aren't necessarily equipped for that kind of thing. However, obviously you have the advantage that multiple people want something and you know what they want, so it's somewhat predictable to predict where they're going to be and what they are going to do. The only questions left are how they're going to do it and when they're going to do it, which is what makes this currently very, very difficult. So one way you could potentially kind of increase your chances, and that is what your military experience usually is find a way to get more information before you make a decisive decision. One of which could be trying to either hunt down one of those Blood Legion people, or maybe they have information that you could use. Somehow contact the Holy Religios without, exposing yourself and asking them questions and getting information that way. But once again, both options, you are risking your kind of presence in this case, because you will have to make yourself known. But those are two opportunities that you could potentially use that could increase your chances of getting inside, just because certain uncertainties could be relieved if you do any one of those two.
So I kind of share this knowledge with them. Strategically wise, we could also, we have uniforms right here. And I point to the dead bodies. We could put them on and try to gain information.
Yep.
Or we could try to, we're not very sneaky, but we could try to creep up to one of their areas that they're all perched up at and just stay in the shadows with being invisible and listening to see what they're talking about.
If we get within a mile and I can see near the entrance of the cave, I have a spell to kind of put a sensor out and I can hear and see from it. But I just need to be within a mile and be able to see it.
I think that's actually quite doable. I mean, there's still some foresty area that leads to the cave, so we would be somewhat obscured and can make us invisible. Does it require concentration?
Yes.
I was thinking you can cause people to fly, right? Because if
Some days.
well, placing our bets on that, we could somehow try, because if we made you fly and invisible, you could easily gain visual to that area.
Oh boy, we need to sign something here. How many? Jade pointed out bodies nearby?
Yeah, there are like 8 dead crusaders, 2 dead griffins.
8. Okay, those are 2 dead griffins.
Oh yeah.
And
They
Izrael
have
turn
the
into a griffin?
I don't know. I don't know if they're considered beasts or monstrosities. Let me see.
If I could ride her into the sky.
Yep.
Ah, no, they're
Easy.
they're monstrosity, unfortunately.
What if I gave her alter self?
Can I make Cthulhu a griffin?
I don't think you can. What? I think a certain paladin can.
Oh.
I don't know if yours can. I know that one can become like a griffin rider. It's like a.
It just says the steed resembles a large rideable animal of your choice, such as a horse, camel, dire wolf, or elk. But it says rideable animal.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean.
And a griffin is technically rideable.
Yeah, it is. But it's.
Is there like a CR limit or like a?
I think they usually mean like normal
It
mounts.
has its own stat block.
Yeah, I don't think it has a flying speed. I
Oh.
think that's the point.
Oh,
And yeah, Griffin has a flying
It
speed.
has flying speed.
Oh shit!
Oh wait, it requires 4th level spell.
Oh.
I don't have 4th level spell.
Ah.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what I was thinking about.
Darn it.
Hey, well,
Okay,
that was
how
the
about-
most progress we've had in a while, though.
That would have been really cool.
but let's grab 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 sets of armor for all of us. Let's try to get as close as we can to like a safe spot
Who's
where
the
we can.
sixth person?
Zero, right? Oh, sorry, I was counting Jack. Wow.
It's like,
Yes, 5 sets of armor.
do you know something we don't know?
What's going on?
He's been here the entire time.
Dun dun dun. Zipficus turns up.
Yeah. Yeah,
We
can grab
wouldn't need
5
to
sets of
do all
armor.
this if Ziphic showed up.
Yeah, that's-
Oh,
Trust Ephagus right now.
yeah. I don't know what he's doing. What is he doing right now? You know. Who knows? Jack knows. So yeah, we'll get 5 sets of armor. Just throw it in a bag of holding. You have room in yours, Cyric, right? You're pretty much empty.
It's got a whole bunch of tools and a couple. I mean, yeah, I'll have plenty of room.
Okay. Then let's try to find a place within a mile of the entrance. So we actually know what we're looking at. What does it look like? What's the compound like? How many soldiers are Legion? What are they doing? Maybe I can try to get a clairvoyance in there.
How far can you clairvoyance see? That's Kendo's asking.
1 mile.
I mean, you can place it 1 mile, but how far can it see?
Ooh, spells. As if I was in the space.
So technically, you could just put it like above 1 mile in the air, and you could look down, and we wouldn't have to get that close.
I have bad eyesight.
Okay.
Oh, I could give it to someone who has good eyesight, though.
It's not me.
Who has the best eyes in the group?
I have 120-foot dark vision and a plus 6 perception.
What's that?
I mean, I have a +7 perception, but my dark vision is only because of the goggles.
We can wait till the sun comes up. Okay, so that can work. So, step 1, let's find a better spot that's closer. That we can kind of hide out in case action does start.
Alright, sounds like a good idea.
Now, how do we find another spot? That's the
Yeah, which way is it? Because I actually I should know which way. Sun's coming up over there, so yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Caves that way.
Kind of look towards the hill, and you can. Oh, Eric, you have a pretty good passive perception. You can see in the hill there's a large platoon of Crusaders marching, but very far away, and so you're going towards the opposite direction of where Fia was kind of heading you. As you now step through the somewhat woody area with a couple of trees that you can somewhat hide behind as you try to approach closer to Lazula's cave. That's where we're gonna end today's session.
Wow.
Man, oh man, that
That was rough.
is a lot of planning.
goodness.
It's so much fun.
But we're almost at Laszlo's cave. Almost in there. Took a while.
That's all. Yeah, I mean, pretty good. I mean, one major success at least, but using a lot of resources this episode.
Some would say at what cost, but we know the cost.
Yes, we do indeed.
Yeah, Fira's used a lot of resources the last couple days.
I mean, if there's a time to use high resources, it is this time. Though.
Yeah, I was gonna say otherwise we just die or fail. So that's, you know.
Yeah. Oh man, it was funny because the session I had was my other group on Wednesday was also basically 50% planning the entire time. Trying to come up with a plan. But yeah, high stakes. That's the thing. It's high stakes, and you're in a situation where really there is no easy.
Yeah, you're gonna
answer.
be in between three armies and other factions hiding in the shadows.
Yeah. Trying to get you.
Could be assassins anywhere.
Yeah, and you
Yep,
guys
that too.
now have the key.
Yeah, that's one thing we got going for us.
I mean, that is the biggest thing. So, somewhat you are holding the power in the palm of your hands. Quite literally. Yeah, I'm excited to listen to what Skid's got to say. To all of this. Yeah. Not much else to say from us other than please like and subscribe. If you wish good luck for these folks to get inside of Lazula's cave and discover what the fuck is inside of there. What is inside of there? We don't know. And one last quick shout out to the Kickstarter. If you guys want crazy monsters. Oops, it's the wrong. Oh, yeah. Anyways. You can go and get that. And surprisingly, today was a big art reveal. Quite a lot of art has been revealed.
Yeah, Elcor was awesome.
Yeah.
Which has been kind of pending for a long time. But you never know when your player's gonna discover the things they can. But yeah, that's it from us, and we'll see you guys, I guess, next week, hopefully, maybe? Should be. And hopefully the full crew can also stay here without too much to worry in terms of personal life. So, that's it. Bye!